We are back. I knew I wasn't going to get any work done today, so I figured I'll just keep streaming. I knew it was a very real possibility that I would lose connection. I guess if I were to give Spectrum the benefit of the doubt, it's possible that my 100-foot Ethernet cable is damaged. But I do think it's Spectrum. I'm going to be honest. I think it's Spectrum. I think their service is dog shit. They hate me. Scumbags. I cleaned up the house fire pretty fast. I'm good at that. I have some experience. Alright, I will speed up Gerby's talking by 25% so he gets to the point. I just want to hear how he addresses the allegations of him being a LARPer.
Maybe it's a little bit disingenuous. And people use Jet Franzen as an example. You've probably seen these thumbnails, if not on YouTube, then like somewhere else. And it's just a handsome guy. He's in the basement. His thumbnails are just like him mogging, and he's talking about these kind of things. But it's come out, I believe that he mentioned, or it's been discovered, that he uses AI scripts for a lot of these videos, and he posts a lot of videos. His output is crazy. There's no way he's got that much to get off his chest or say. It's like a business thing, and he's probably making some good money. This isn't a shot by me. Some of his videos might be genuine, some of them he's just putting out.
Wait a minute. Why is he saying this? If he knows about the rehab room video, or he's seen the video by the other guy, whose name I forgot, with the Angry Bird profile pic, then he knows that there's a Jet Franzen video where he filmed at, a multi-million-dollar house in California. I love the YouTube studio page just fucking died. Like, I guess I should have refreshed it. Whatever. Anyway. Why is he giving this guy the benefit of the doubt if he exposed himself?
Get more output, make more money. I'm not mad at it. He set out to do it.
Oh, Thomas, you're here. What's up, man? Yeah, me and Carl played through all of it. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. It's mostly the same game, just with some of the guns from the later games. The bonus campaign was ass. Me and you could have done that, and well, again, you really didn't miss anything. You would have agreed with me that it sucked. But yeah. Yeah, trust me, you didn't miss anything, Thomas. I mean, it was the same game again, other than those 3 bonus missions that are dog shit. Dog shit.
Cool. But people are mad. Oh, this Chad Normie, he's like co-opting my Chud life. Whatever, gang. You don't actually have an identity. Yeah, he's a handsome guy. He got on here. He's talking about this kind of stuff. He's making money. It might be a little bit like putting on. Why are you mad? How does this really affect you?
Oh, fuck. It's actually over for Gerby. Are we fucking serious right now? Are we fucking serious? How does it affect what? Holy shit. Yeah, Gerbert defending a grifter. I don't know, Gerby. What the fuck do you think the whole point of these videos are? Well, seriously, what do you think the point of this genre of video is? People are depressed, miserable, have no friends, etc., etc. So they want to watch a guy who's similar to them, but not an incredibly repulsive loser. Not a DBDR. No offense, DBDR. They want to watch someone relatable, a failed normie, like you described in this video just a couple minutes ago. So if it turns out the guy is a fucking liar and he's making all the shit up, then obviously people are going to be mad. They formed a parasocial attachment to this figure online, that they were watching the videos, the guy talking about his miserable, lonely life. Why the fuck wouldn't people care? What the hell are you talking about? This might be the worst video Gerby's ever made. I honestly thought some of you guys were exaggerating. But what? Are we fucking serious? What do you mean, why do people care? I know it only counts dislikes people use the extension, but how the fuck are there only this many dislikes? I know his fans don't watch these videos. I swear to God, they don't watch. They just post memes in the comments. All right, I'm going to keep watching at least a little bit more.
What did he do to you? You know what I mean? Did he try to finger blast your sister at her
Why do I even still bother with this guy? I don't know. There's people in chat entertained by the videos. I think it's made for some decent reactions. I know some people are tired of it, but there's a reason people ask me or tell me about the new 𝐒𝐒𝐈𝐀 video dropping, because they want to see my reaction.
𝐂𝐿𝐀? Am I like missing some sort of context, or do you just like being on dick for free? And I've been lumped in with these channels.
What? Hold on, let me replay that sentence. That shit didn't even make sense to me.
It might be a little bit like putting on. Why are you mad? How does this really affect you? What did he do to you? You know what I mean? Did he try to finger blast your sister at her 𝐂𝐿𝐀? Am I like missing some sort of context, or do you just like being on dick for free? And I've been lumped.
All right, I already explained this. This is a really bad look, but 𝐒𝐒𝐈𝐻's fans are actually mentally handicapped, so I doubt anyone will actually unsubscribe from this. But yeah, you're a fucking retard, and this makes you look really bad to anyone who has a functioning brain.
In with these channels as of late. It's not entirely inaccurate, and I wouldn't be surprised if I like started some of them. There have been channels like this forever, but the way they kind of operate, I feel like these people wouldn't exist without Daddy starting the worst shit of all time. And I'm not mad at the comparison also, because I kind of need it to start making more like high effort and creative videos again on the main channel. It's not very inspiring to just be able to get on here and yap and still have an audience. So I'm fine to get this sort of criticism. It might drive some self-change. That'd always be good. It happened on a video by this guy called Rehab Room. A good chunk of my audience might know him. So let me indulge this little internet kerfuffle for a minute. I'll defend myself a little bit, try to paint the differences between me and these sort of folks. You know, I watched one of Jet Franzen's first videos, and he said something like he was seeking to create a personal brand, and that just kind of elucidated his goals. That's never been my goal. The reason I make videos has and will always be self-expression. Believe it or not, that's the case. You can go back and you could go and watch some of the main channel videos. They're weird. They're scuffed and goofy. These videos are more slop, but I don't do them that often. I only do them when I really feel like there's something funny to talk about or I have something to say. I'm not pumping them out all the time. I'm not trying to make you hear my voice all the damn time.
That is what I have said. I mean, plenty of you guys are like, you know, he's obviously LARPer grifter too, but I feel like he would have to make videos a lot more often for that to make sense. He really doesn't upload that often on this channel, given how low effort it is. But yeah, I don't know. This is an incredibly retarded take, regardless.
So for the past few years, these videos have been very impersonal, and that has been on purpose. I get on here and I talk about things that interest me. This whole time, I could be having a rotation of Stacy's. I could be meeting transgender men on Grindr every week, or I could have never even looked in the eye of a woman for these years. It wouldn't really have much bearing on what I'm saying. I'm just talking about.
Well, it absolutely has bearing on what you're saying. I feel like if Chad talking about the incel crisis means infinitely less than an incel talking about the incel crisis. I don't know how you wouldn't understand this basic logic. It's like, I hate to use a very tired example, but would you rather hear about rocket science from a rocket scientist or a random retard you meet on the street? You know, like, you clearly, if you have no experience and no knowledge of the subject matter, why would anyone listen to you? I mean, yeah, you can read about it. You can read about it. Good Will Hunting. I'll read some books, and I'm an ultra expert on this matter. I'm being slightly unfair to Good Will Hunting, but you get the point. People who have personal experience, you know, with that type of suffering are obviously going to provide much more of an interesting and well-informed take than people who just read about something and ask ChatGPT to write a script.
Topics, not myself. So I've never tried to portray myself as some sort of loser.
Who needs to watch the rehab video Waging a War That Isn't Yours? Maybe send it to 𝐒𝐒𝐈𝐻. I don't know where I would send him that, but sure, any one of you guys send that video to him, I guess. Oh yeah, you guys want me to look up the new Halo ending? Yeah, I guess we could see if it's been uploaded yet.
Or incel. And to be fair, Rehab Room didn't say I did, but some people got that impression that he said I did. but
Wait.
not myself. So I've never tried to portray myself as some sort of loser or incel. And to be fair, Rehab Room didn't say I did, but
I also said this in defense of 𝐒𝐿𝐵 when we were reacting to that video, by the way.
some people got that impression that he said I did. But these are just people who like being on meat. And, you know, you do got to ignore them, but it's tough. Just a bunch of gay Israelites are suddenly flooding into my fucking valley. I'm not portraying anything. I get on here and talk about things that interest me. Now you can draw some inferences as to why they interest me or what's going on. If you know, it'll be a long day if you watch my cock. But that's what some people enjoy doing. So I'll give you this, man. If you think I'm running through a field of daisies with my looks match, and then I come on here and feign interest in these things just to fuck with you, or to make a few shekels or invade your community, I wish you were right. There's way better ways to make shekels. Could have been sold a course, which I've never done, or I could have...
Okay, now, see, I hate this shit. Also makes you look bad, but again, Zoomers are retarded, so they probably think this is good logic. Why the fuck do you think you could sell courses? You know, just anyone at any time could decide to sell courses. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. And making, again, if he was putting out content at the same speed as Jet Franzen, which he already acknowledged this earlier in the video, by the way, he would be making good money. So what the hell do you mean there's much better ways to make money? All you're doing is recording. You're literally just standing in front of a fucking camera and a microphone and talking into it. If you produce these even just once a week, you'd be making decent money, given his views. This is idiotic, what he's saying right now. Absolutely idiotic. It makes him look very defensive and insecure and make him look bad. Maybe he's a grifter too. You know what I mean? For people who have a functioning brain, again, not his fans. Those are mouth-breathing retards. But, you know, to any outsider.
Uploaded way more on here. I don't have the craziest work ethic, but I could definitely post like every day here if I wanted to yap every day and upload it. That's not much work. He did say
okay, I guess I should have let him finish the sentence. But the point is, the way he was phrasing it, yes, there's nothing stopping you from doing that. So I don't see why you would say there's much better ways to make money when all you would have to do is change the frequency of what you're doing and you would make more money. You would change literally nothing else except just talk more. So again, I don't think that's a good defense.
Still one of his video ideas. It's like hypergamy, natural selection. He posted one with a similar title before me. I got the video idea from Twitter. Maybe people on Twitter were talking about it because he made that video, but that's where I got it. That's where I got like the images for the thumbnail. I saw those prior. So, you know, believe me or not, but really, you know, me and Rehab Room, formerly known as ITV, I know him. I've known about him. We just fulfill different pockets, different niches. He is for the true cells. Really. This has always been more of a normie, failed normie experience. You know, he was just kind of operating the assumption that we had the same audiences, that like the people who watch me are just complete true cell or losers. But that's not true. I think a lot of them are kind of just in the same failed normie camp, like I am. Now, he might think I'm a little bit more attractive. I'm flattered. Thank you. But I'm within the normie range. I'm not tall. I've met people who watch me. I mean, I'm like selecting people who go outside. But I think a lot of them are just normal sort of people, disillusioned Zoomers. This isn't the true cell corner. Maybe there are some true cells that watch me with a little bit of crossover, but it's different, bro. So that's that. But Rehab, I respect your corner. Okay, true cells exist. That's a real thing. I'm not going to be some complete normie who's just like, oh, you have to work.
I feel like this is very political talking. I don't know when his videos turned into this, but I swear to God, they didn't used to be like this. I feel like I've watched too many where it all just blends together. But I pointed this out the last time we reacted to one of his videos, where around the second half is when he just gets squirrely and kind of just changes the narrative. And it feels like he's doing that again. I mean, it's pretty much every time you watch any one of his videos past the halfway point. They'll either contradict himself or just like try and do the most white-pilled, you know, take on whatever he's talking about. Who is this guy? I'm assuming this is the first video watching segment you've seen, because I feel like almost every time I react to videos, I watch one of this guy's videos. It's just, it's not even worth explaining who he is. He's just adjacent to the incel sphere, and I found his videos mildly interesting, and I've reacted to quite a few. All right. That's pretty much it. I don't know. I just wanted to hear the part where he was reacting to the whole like grifter shit. Yeah, this part really did not make him look good at all. Where it's just like, what do you mean? How? Why would you even ask how this affects people? Like that just seems retarded to me. And it really detracts from everything else you have to say about any, even if it's not incels, but like failed normies. Because it's like, this is a clear grifter, a guy who's, you know, monetizing depressed, lonely people. And you're asking, why are you mad? I mean, what? Are you fucking retarded? Like, what? that actually is infuriating. But I'm not going to listen to the rest of this. All right. Yeah, I guess we can watch videos for a little while. Black Metal Gamer, thanks to $2. Fish Setic Man returns after his 10 smash fishes. And then another $2. Turdy Gerby pulling Who Cares Bro Uber cringy. Yeah, I guess so. Alex Midnight, thanks $5. Synth, can you watch? Oh, here we go. It was the 10 penny tower suggestion. I'm assuming this video sucks in some way, but I did say that I would watch it. 10 penny tower is morally impossible. I misspelled morally. Ignore that E they got in there somehow. I think my brain is scrambled.
Behind me is 10 Penny Tower, home to one of the most morally ambiguous.
Alright, well, we already know this video is shit. We're like 2 seconds in. It's a dude with a microphone and a green screen. This is the worst genre of video that has ever hit YouTube. Everyone who likes this genre should die. I'm serious. Alright, continuing.
Quests in all of Fallout 3. And I wanted to walk you through it today because I've been thinking about it since the first time I played through it. This is Roy Phillips, an ex-cop turned ghoul who lives out of the subway station not too far away from 10 Penny Tower. So Roy's whole deal is that he wants to live in 10 Penny Tower alongside of the rest of the humans, unlike in the subway station, like literal rats do.
Dude, all people are copying just Austin. Yeah, he's the guy who's like, what would it be like to live in, you know, Whiterun in Skyrim or something. Yeah, he's that guy, right? Yeah, that shit sucks ass.
It's honestly totally fair. This place is massive, and there's gotta be a bunch of empty floors, so why wouldn't we let Roy stay here? Roy walks away from the intercom.
Why wouldn't we? Oh my god. If you even have to ask that question, that's why you're being replaced. You fucking castrati ass soy boy subhuman. Chop his nuts off! Chop him off!
And you're basically next up, and you get let in with literally no issues. Once you get up to the front desk,
good Bethesda writing.
There, and he tells you that they want to get rid of Roy. And they want to get rid of Roy because they don't want to deal with ghouls, and they don't want to see what Roy has up his sleeves if they don't. And that's where you, as a player, get to make a choice. Hooray! There are like 3 basic options that you can kind of choose in this quest.
Why am I watching this? You know what's funny? Like, he's talking in a unscripted style, but I guarantee it's scripted. See, me, I talk in an unscripted way to emulate scripted talking, and he's doing the opposite, where he wrote his script in a way to make it sound informal. I feel like my way is way better. This sucks. I hate this.
To more or less decide the outcome. And I'm going to walk you through all of those options right here. So the first option, and the one Gustavo the guard is paying you for, is the most straightforward. You head down into the subway station and you find Michael Masters. And
biggest problem with 10 Penny Tower is that it's less influential than it should be. A bunch of rich boomers with a lot of caps have no influence on the wasteland. That's because Fallout 3 is just an amusement park. Nothing actually matters in the capital wasteland. It's just vibes, which makes for a decent, like a game if you just don't think about it. Like, if you don't care about getting immersed and you just like you like Bethesda's variety and stuff. But if you care about lore or immersion or good storytelling or good characters or, you know, any of the things that make a story good, Fallout 3 sucks.
He tells you to put your gun down, and you can choose right then and there whether or not you want to start the fight. But if you hold off, he'll take you straight to Roy. Once you're there, you kill Roy, you kill his ghoul friend Bessie. That's in the wiki. It's in the wiki. Don't get all up and get out of my face. It's in the wiki. Look. You see what I mean? So you kill Roy, you kill Bessie, and then you kill Michael. Michael, is that his name? Yes. Yes. Once you kill
Why'd you make me watch this? I mean, thanks for the money, but what the fuck am I getting out of this? This is dog shit. It's just a terrible video. Oh, you know what? I think we're still at 1.25 speed. Is that crazy? It doesn't seem like we are. This motherfucker must be talking slow as shit. It's crazy because, like, when I listen to my old videos, I think I talk slow. I just naturally started talking faster. Because I wanted to cram a lot more into... Because my videos kept getting longer. So I'm like, well, I gotta talk faster to make up for my yapping. My constant yapping. And so, this shit, he must be talking slow as shit. Because we're still at 1.25 speed. I didn't even notice. Philip, thanks for the membership. Just a best friend, thanks to $2. What internet provider did I have before the move? Verizon. I had Verizon's fiber service in Virginia, yeah. Brian C, thanks to the 25 months of membership. Watch Active X Reactive by Firelink Conspiracy. Are you guys trying to have me start drama with
kill all of them, you walk back into Tenpenny Tower.
I hope he's not going to defend reactive combat, because I don't care for it. Oh boy, here we go. No, I just thought it'd be interesting. Okay. Because I don't really want to start drama, because I don't have anything against this guy. I thought he was a bit too autistic in his reply to Matthew Matosis, but I agreed with about half of his points. Throughout this video, clips from many different games will be shown. However, I was careful to relegate significant spoilers to Elden Ring. English subtitles are available. Okay.
To understand why this is a bad thing, we have to confront a hard truth that few people seem to...
Oh my god, there's no way he dedicated a whole video to Matthew Matos's correct statement about Souls combat. This is... Oh boy. Oh boy. I will let Firelink Conspiracy get his whole point out before I start responding, because I can't be pausing all the time.
...to want to face about the Souls games, including FromSoft themselves, but here it is. The combat is nothing remarkable. In terms of actual complexity, there's not much going on. There's not much depth, and that wouldn't be a problem, except that the series has increasingly leaned on its action elements more and more as time has gone by. Bloodborne is the clearest example of this so far. Unfortunately, even with the addition of trick weapons, there's still a case to be made that, overall, the combat doesn't even have depth exceeding basic action games. If anything, Bloodborne actually has less depth than any other game in the series. Dodging telegraphed attacks, which come out in predefined combos, is just exploiting your knowledge that the AI is acting within the constraints of a computer game. To be clear, there's absolutely nothing wrong with simple combat mechanics, but if the game is going to be so relentlessly focused on action, then I have fewer reasons not to just play a better action game instead. So prepare to roll.
See, the thing is, like, I know this is going to have nothing to do with Firelink Conspiracy's video, but the obvious response here is that other types of action games barely exist anymore. You know, the younger audiences or the normies are not going to go back to play Ninja Gaiden Black or Devil May Cry 3 or whatever. They're not going to go back and play those games. They're playing the games that get released now. And Souls-likes make up the majority of action games now.
Again and again, and again and again and again.
So prepare to roll. Again and again, and again and again and again. And again and again and again. All that's left for me in terms of engagement is the combat. And that combat, it bears reiterating, is pretty unremarkable. It's incredibly simple, with very little wiggle room for skill expression, unlike many other heavily combat-focused games it might be compared to.
Firelink did said he does like to watch your videos in my comment section on your clip reaction. That's what I'm saying. Like, I swear to you, I have nothing against this guy. There's no beef. but I absolutely am on Matthew Matos's side when it comes to shit. Like, the Radon fight was like a parody of everything From Software has made after all this time. It's just ass. It's just complete ass. I threw sparkles on him and he died, and I had no regrets. Zero!
Boss fights especially are a mere calculus of rolls, jumps, and the correct attack button during the punish. Shadow of the Erdtree is the rubber band finally snapping, so to speak. The combat systems have been pushed to their absolute limit, and it's started to really reflect in the played experience. I don't like Shadow of the Erdtree. It's probably the most unpleasant gaming experience I've ever had.
Okay, I wouldn't go that far. But maybe that's because I was using the sparkles. The perfume of doom. The ultimate mega awesome perfume.
Certainly the most unpleasant I can call to memory right now. I'm certain I've played worse games, but none quite so unenjoyable to me.
The way I see it, FromSoft encountered a problem. How do we keep up our reputation of making hard games if we aren't introducing any new base mechanics that are difficult to master, since it's still just dodge hit?
So that's all you do here. You roll, you poke, you roll, you poke. Now that sounds kind of boring and simple, but the main problem of this is that's exactly how you fight every single non-gimmicky boss fight and every single enemy in the entire genre. That's what a Souls-like is. That's the core combat of the Souls-like games. Now I know many of you have a question and you want to know why. What the hell is wrong with the fandom? The short answer to that is the fandom is filled with extremely low IQ morons.
Holy based, holy based, holy based. That's so true, though. Where do you think skill issue came from? Absolute mouth breathers. I mean, that's true. Everything he's saying is correct.
Who are permanently stuck in their basements, never having achieved anything until they played these games. And like the stupid losers they are, they weren't able to see what these games are about, and their brains got tricked into thinking they have finally accomplished something. They now think they are capable of doing something great, like beating a hard game, when in reality these games are not hard. It has nothing to do with skill, it's pure luck. So
okay, that part's not true. Obviously, it's not luck, it's memorizing, you know, the attack animations and the combos and the usually pretty simple AI behavior to just know when to press the circle button.
most people win by heavily relying on luck, and they will still pretend they are winning because of skill, because they are so desperate to stroke their ego.
Oh boy. Oh boy. It's about time gaming discussion evolved.
This video aims not only to challenge the notion that combat in From Software games is shallow to a fault, but also to provide a thorough examination of video game combat as a whole. First, I will explain in an intuitive manner the essence of a combat system, and the meaning of depth in relation to it, defining terms that are central to the topic of discussion, and that otherwise would be unclear, is essential, or else, any arguments will rest upon ambiguity. Those already inclined toward a particular viewpoint will thus simply reinforce their existing biases, while others may find themselves agreeing with arguments they do not plainly understand. A recurring pattern in poorly written video game criticism, whether born of dishonesty or incompetence, is the careless use of terms such as depth and complexity without ever properly defining them.
Okay, see, this doesn't work though. This is like the same shit. This is kind of a left-wing talking point. I know we're not talking about politics. I'm bringing politics into video games unprompted. But asking, this is not debate club. You don't need to define every single term you bring up in something. Reviews are subjective. No matter how much time you dedicate to trying to make the most objective thing possible, you are still inserting your personal biases into everything you create. This is just how human beings work. You're not a machine. Everything you make is going to be opinionated, period. This is not math or science. This is an opinion on a video game. So, I don't think people really have to hard define depth or complexity. I mean, basically, if we just have to put it simple, complexity is the number of things you have access to, how many mechanics there are, and depth obviously is a much more loose thing. It's basically just, okay, if you're only given 3 mechanics, how many different ways can you use those 3 mechanics? That would be the depth part of it, right? If you can jump, you know, how many ways can you use a jump? Is it just to get from point A to point B, or could you use the jump to go from point A to point C or to point D, or to, you know, chain different types of jumps together, et cetera, you know what I mean? Right. But these are things people intuitively already understand. I feel like every video would be a Mauler-esque length video if you had to define every time you had an opinion on something. So I don't agree with this.
Such concepts are often thrown around as rhetorical devices, rather than analytical tools, leaving the discussion vague, and, ultimately, meaningless. After having defined and dissected what constitutes a combat system, and the contextual meaning of depth, I'll compare the Souls and Souls-adjacent games to other titles commonly regarded as possessing deeper combat systems, exploring the differences between them, and assessing, as fairly as possible, whether those systems are strictly more complex, more nuanced, and, as some would say, better, are generally different in their design priorities and implementations. Throughout this section, I'll refute various fallacious arguments, clear misunderstandings, and address the inflammatory discourse surrounding the topic. And then, I will conclude with a brief analysis of the combat mechanics of each From Software title, and share some criticisms of my own when I feel they are warranted. The intent of this video is not merely to defend what I like, but to elucidate and create meaningful discussion. As a rule, the core of every combat system is punishing openings. In other words, attacking an enemy and protecting your character.
I'm not going to be EFAP, but I disagree with this as well. It's far less common, but there's definitely many character archetypes that can attack while you're being attacked. Like a good example is like when you have armored frames, like using Greatsword and Monster Hunter. You can attack through an enemy's attack, trade the damage you take to deal more damage to the enemy. But I know I'm being a little teasmo. But no, I don't agree, actually, fundamentally with that. I mean, yeah, that's how most combat systems are done, but you could definitely have a combat system where you can be equally as aggressive as the enemy and still win, even if people don't like that.
If you're not punishing an opening, as in, a momentary state of vulnerability of an enemy, with an input, you're not engaging in combat. Likewise, if there are no openings to be exploited, it means you're facing a target's dummy, not an opponent, and thus, it isn't a combat situation.
Yeah, no, I mean, see, again, I don't want to seem like some 300 IQ genius, but I feel like I already kind of pointed out a massive flaw in this thesis right here. I mean, I know he's talking about action games, but like if you think in a shooter, there's millions of opportunities where enemies are actively firing at you, but you're also firing back at the same time. It's not like every shooter is a cover-based third-person shooter where you wait for the enemies to stop attacking, you peek up, you shoot the head, right? No, there's a million times like in FPS games where you're actively taking damage and you're firing back at the same time, and you can do the same thing with action games as well. So, I disagree already.
Breaking a box, for example, is not a combat situation. Combat demands tension, the interplay between risk and opportunity. Remove that tension, and what remains is either a training exercise or a mechanically shallow visual experience. This principle is why having mechanically interesting and varied enemy designs is almost as important as having compelling options for player inputs. Interesting combat emerges not only from what players can do, but from dealing with the multitude of threats, openings, and tactical challenges that enemies and complementary elements present. Having established this premise, there are two major elaborations to make. First, that a combat system becomes deeper the more options the player has for engaging with enemies. These options primarily range from varied forms of attack to varied forms of defense. However, for each option to matter, they must be applicable, else they are useless. If a game offered you 10 different forms of attack, but only one of them deals damage, the 9 other options functionally do not exist.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he's going to talk about this with, like, weapon arts and whatever they're called in Elden Ring, I don't know, whatever. Or just magic in general in Souls games, where it's like, okay, you have like 100 different spells and 90% of them do vaguely the same thing, which is just like a magic arrow. and most of them are ass, and there's one clearly better option. That's always been my problem with Magic, and, you know, a lot of the weapon art shit. A lot of it just sucks. It might as well not exist.
Similarly, if enemies can ignore a defensive maneuver, the player will simply not use it. Additional mechanics, such as a stamina system, also increase a game's depth, because they prompt the player to make meaningful decisions. If combat depth were to be defined in a single phrase, it would be this: the frequency and variety of meaningful decision-making.
Oh yeah, Ashes of War. Yeah, that's what it was called, yeah.
And second, the enemy design must consider the wide array of possibilities of player inputs. A combat system may be deep on paper, but it only becomes practically deep in proportion to how well designed the enemies of its respective game are. Core enemy types should ideally be designed around all possibilities of player inputs. Some enemies could demand, or incentivize the usage of specific mechanics to be dealt with, presenting them as a primary solution. There are two poles in combat systems, the active and the reactive. A game can focus on the former, and thus be an active experience, or on the latter.
Hold on. The spectrum is not concerned with factors such as complexity. Okay, so active combat systems: Devil May Cry 5, Devil May Cry 3, God Hand, Metal Gear Rising, Bayonetta, God of War 3, Devil May Cry 1, Nier Automata, God of War 2018, Ninja Gaiden 2, Onimusha, Ninja Gaiden Black, Monster Hunter World, Fury, Neo, Sekiro, Neo 2, Bloodborne, Elden Ring, Dark Souls. I'm not gonna like debate the placement of on here because it's not really that important, but I would say like Monster Hunter is probably more active than he's giving it credit. When you master the monster's movesets, you can basically like stun lock them. Like if you watch speedruns, I know the Clutch Claw is its own bag of worms that obviously change how shit works, but if we're talking about just like base Monster Hunter World with end game equipment and 4 players, you could basically like stun lock even, you know, like I fought Teostra probably over 100 times just to get the attack jewel, and like me and the boys were killing that thing in like 3 minutes and 45 seconds. There wasn't a whole lot of reactive there, so I'm gonna say this definitely needs to go more over here. Maybe, I mean, I guess, you know, this is one of the old Monster Hunters, so that makes probably more sense on the reactive side.
And be a reactive experience. Action, or action-adjacent games, exist on a spectrum between these two opposite concepts. The focus of active games is on providing the player with a feeling of
DMC 4 is more reactive
and the
than 5,
challenge is
but 4
mostly
is
centered around
forgotten.
fighting in a stylish way. Most have score systems that reward exceptionally skillful play. While protagonists of active games can cancel many of their animations, which often have barely any recovery to begin with, attack and dodge relentlessly.
Good old Drake Sword, some classic 2011 footage here.
Those of reactive games usually must deal with burdensome limitations, such as a stamina bar, the inability to heal from a menu or a quick animation, slower, heavier movements, etc. The focus is precisely the opposite. The character feels vulnerable and grounded in the world, not like he's playing with dolls on a sandbox. Actions like spacing and strafing, which tends to be but an asterisk in hack and slash games, are engaging, very important, and more difficult to perform.
Yeah, I mean, that was part of the appeal of the older Souls games, was that that spacing was actually important, and it became vastly less and less important with each entry. But yes, I agree, that was the appeal of the old Souls combat, was more than just press circle at the right time.
And so are dodges. You can't simply ignore a boss by staying at a corner and chipping his health away with attacks that require no commitments, or stay airborne to avoid most of his attacks. Since healing cannot be performed from the safety of a pause menu, and instead requires committing to a lengthy animation.
Oh, you know, I should have said something that Dragon's Dogma is not on the action game list. I mean, it's an RPG, but still, I feel like, well, technically Dark Souls is an action RPG. The fact Dragon's Dogma is not on that list, I'm upset retroactively.
With significant wind-up and recovery, you must first create an opening in which it's safe to heal. This preserves the tension throughout the encounter, as surviving is never guaranteed simply because you possess healing items.
Input buffering is still overzealous and sometimes feels inconsistent, a minor annoyance in the early games, but completely unacceptable.
It's funny, when it came to... I remember everyone talking about this boss. When I finally played this DLC, I think I tried or basically just spamming bullets, like just hoping for getting riposts, basically, right? I had much more trouble with the Orphan of Kos than her. I literally just spam bullets and hope for the best.
For something the speed of Bloodborne or Dark Souls 3.
Reactive games often have an input buffering system, meaning every press of a button matters. The player is held accountable for each of them. You can't...
Well, that's kind of... Again, I don't know how much I'm going to watch of this, but that's kind of my issues too with the later games. It's like, when you get to the point where you're incentivized to dodge, let's just say... I know this is an exaggeration, but if you need to dodge 10 times to hit an enemy once, then obviously you're programming your brain to spam the circle button. Like, how From Software intends you to play the game is like a rhythm button. I mean, a rhythm game, but there's no rhythm in the background. That is very unintuitive and annoying. Like, I'm not playing fucking Punch-Out. Like, that's another thing I compare it to often, is just like they're trying to make Punch-Out in like a modern action game type of way, when that just gets really fucking annoying and is unfun, you know? Just watching someone dodge roll a million times against the boss's insane combo with huge hitboxes is just not cool. It's why probably the only boss I liked from Shadow of the Erdtree was Bale, because, well, one, he's a dragon. The dragon fights are usually pretty good in From Software games, but also, like, it felt like positioning mattered a little bit more, even if he could hit from all the way across the screen. And also, like, I seem to recall he didn't have like super long combos or any shit like that. It was more like the other form of difficulty in Elden Ring, where a lot of it is just deceiving attack timings, which I'm not a huge fan of, but it was still a fun fight.
Smash your attacks like in hack and slash games, much less your dodges, else you'll be punished. Unlike those who are illiterate in game design seem to think, this is not a flaw, but a fundamental part of their design. Protagonists of active games may have hundreds of different moves, while those of reactive games may be limited to a dozen, 2 dozen or so. Inversely, however, the enemies, and especially the bosses of reactive games, are often much more complex, or harder to deal with than those of active games.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've said this a bunch of times, because there seems to be, I mean, I don't know how much is contrarianism or genuinely just people not understanding. But yes, the appeal of Souls games was always the enemies. Like, the player abilities were simplistic on purpose. But again, that wasn't my problem. Obviously, it's just that they, like, the series is basically a Flanderization of itself, where it lost most of the interesting complexity from level design and different types of hazards, different type of gank squad stuff, and it all became about 1v1 night fights, which is, I don't know, it's just boring. I don't know, it's not interesting at all, and the difficulty, the way it's difficult is not interesting either.
Featuring moves that demand quick or methodic responses from the player, oppressive combo strings, reactions to player positioning, and to player input. Many hack and slash games have as core enemy types entities that become target dummies once the player starts a combo. An interaction that, when executed well, demands from the player deliberate and agile command over the various attack possibilities and combo strings. Even bosses from active focused games can feel clumsy, predictable, or sluggish, as though they are moving in slow motion in relation to the player character. Their attacks tend to have easily readable wind-ups and lengthy recovery animations, as to not disturb the player's combos, and have long periods of vulnerability, in which they expose themselves to attacks. For the same reason, the responses they demand from players are often very easy to execute.
The funny thing about this, though, is that the early Souls games also did all of those things. That's what's funny. Like, bosses having long... Dude, my brain's fried. But, you know, long recovery times after a single attack or an attack combo, that's been around since the inception of gaming, because that is genuinely, like, dissatisfying to the human to do. What's not satisfying is every time you fight a boss, it's a new rhythm game, except again, there's no music in the background, so you got to figure out, okay, when do I press circle, and when is it my turn to poke him one time? Like that's not fun unless you're a masochist, which obviously this guy's a masochist given the type of shit he's defended that I've listened to before. But for normal people, that's not really fun, and people just psyop themselves because, I mean, they want to be part of the crowd, and Elden Ring was insanely far more successful than it ever should have been. Plus, you can cheese Elden Ring in a lot of different ways too. I mean, it's probably the most cheesable game in the series with all the insane overpowered builds you can do.
Traditionally, enemies have a single attack, maybe two, which, on their own, can be avoided simply by walking slowly to the side, and they are often content to stay around the player, attacking seemingly at random. They are about as mechanically threatening as the meagerest hollows from Dark Souls, who have twice as complex movesets as them, with better tracking, and are more aggressive. Bosses, similarly, have very simple movesets, and often no gimmicks that demands tactical approaches. Needless to say, there are exceptions to this rule, as there are for every rule. Reactive games often have not just enemies that are more complex than those of active games. They have dozens, and dozens more of them. Counting bosses, Dark Souls 1 has around 90 different enemy types, Dark Souls 2 has around 142, Bloodborne may have more than 200. In comparison, Devil May Cry 3 has around 24. The first Nioh game was heavily criticized for having repetitive enemy and boss encounters, and rightfully so, yet it has around 70. Decent tracking in proportion to player movements that requires deliberate responses to be dealt with is a mark of reactive enemy design. This doesn't mean attacks with such tracking require, necessarily, a dodge. The player is rewarded by mastering the arts of running, strafing, and positioning, as those actions require less commitments to be executed. They spend less stamina, if at all, and have no recovery, and so, the openings they create are better. In active games, these actions are significantly easier to perform for a series of reasons, such as the lack of a stamina system, and other restrictions, and the faster speed and higher agility of player characters, and they yield lesser rewards, as players are incentivized to remain aggressive, and simply staying in the air is enough to avoid many attacks. In fact, spacing is often out of the question, simply due to the sheer number of enemies on screen, which leads me to the next points. In active games, enemies come in large numbers, while in reactive games, they come in smaller groups, and one-on-one encounters, which barely appear in active games, are rather frequent. Adjacently, most likely
Yeah, that's I mean, that's why people complain about the gank squad encounters, even though I usually think they're more interesting. Like, in hindsight, I mean, yes, even I've complained about Dark Souls 2's many gank squad encounters because they were so often. But at least it's some kind of gameplay variety, right? It gives you an incentive to use maybe a different weapon type than you usually use. I always liked using the Ultra Greatsword, the, you know, basically Guts sword in Dark Souls 2 anyway, or a halberd. And those usually can hit a shit ton of people. But the point is, you know, it's more interesting in a game like that because the combat system's not really built for handling a bunch of people at once, but it also leads to obvious frustration for the same reason.
levels of active games consist of a series of comparatively large, mostly empty areas connected by corridors and elevators, while those of reactive games feature carefully curated layouts, full of traps and holes, and which are frequently paired with stage hazards or gimmicks. Reactive games have fall damage, active games do not. Enemies of active games spawn in waves, out of thin air, or from portals on the walls and ground. Those of reactive games are methodically placed at their locations. Ambushes are very frequent. Tight spaces like corridors and tunnels may make a simple enemy or boss twice as dangerous, but, on the other hand, smart players can take advantage of area layouts and use pillars and other structures to momentarily hide from a boss or kite enemies around. Lock-on systems are more prominent in reactive games due to their emphasis on encounters against more capable enemies. While active games allow for skill to be expressed in active ways, through different combos, character mechanics or fighting styles, reactive games allow for skill to be expressed through reaction to enemy patterns, mechanics, and gimmicks. And while they don't tend to have multiple characters, and a wide array of combos, and unique moves with fighting game inputs, most of them have RPG mechanics that allow for completely different approaches and tactics, making room for a ludicrous amount of experimentation. For instance, a player can create a shield-poking build that can nullify the moveset of even the hardest bosses, or he may create a fast-rolling, fast-attacking build.
Yeah, and here's the ultimate problem with that is so obvious, is the game is built around one of those and not the other one, right? The fact that so many people were able to make this, the only way they could beat Radahn was like an ultra tank shield pokey build, just shows everything that's wrong with what happened to their combat system. It's like you have to build something the game is not built around because the enemies have no way to interact with you, you know, having an invincible wall basically in front of you at all times. And that's not engaging on either side, right? Like, I know he's saying this as a strength of reactive games, I guess, but if anything, this is a massive weakness because it's not expected that almost any player do that style of combat because the enemies don't have a response to it, you know? Like, for the Four Kings, at least, you could argue, maybe on some level, it's a little bit more intentional because they always do some amount of chip damage to you through, like, a shield or something. And given it's in a giant empty void, it's very hard to dodge their attacks. I mean, there's no depth perception at all. So you just going in with, like, Iron Skin and just chopping him up, like, killing each one before the next one spawns. That feels way more intentional than, again, fighting Radahn with your mega ultra shield build that takes 1% damage every time you get hit, and then you just, like, shield bash him or whatever the fuck. That's shit. That's garbage.
He could make a build that relies on trading hits with a heavy weapon. He may choose to stack buffs upon his character and kill a boss with only a few casts of a spell, etc. You can come to a fight.
Yeah, again, this is another thing I would argue is bad too. That the Souls games have always had stackable buffs. So if you want to just break the game and just kill a thing and remove any of the appeal of the series, which is overcoming a challenge, you can do that. And From Software has never, they've never balanced that. They've never balanced that. It's probably at its worst in Elden Ring. That's why there's so many cheese builds. Stack on a bunch of buffs, kill a boss in 1 or 2 hits. That's not a good thing. That's a bad thing. That's definitely not a good thing.
With a low-level character, or at high levels, and even plan to use a specific setup against a specific boss in most reactive action RPG games, as they tend to be far from linear, in stark contrast to active games, most of which are purely linear experiences. The harder and the more combat-oriented a boss fight is, the less it is usually prone to such experimentation. The same is true, however, for active games to a degree. That is because the harder an enemy is, the more relevant meta setups and mechanics become. And if his moveset is oppressive enough, weaker builds or mechanics feel like burdensome limitations, and exploiting the more conventional or useful tactics is then encouraged. An unorthodox but intuitive way of comparing the two game philosophies is by contrasting the opening sequence of a game like Devil May Cry 3 with that of Demon Souls. The former was designed to make the protagonist feel as cool and invincible as possible.
Can't believe I'm getting spoiled to this game I'm never going to play. That's crazy. What a spoiler.
The other, to make him feel helpless, as though he must pass impossible odds to succeed.
I know it's the first mission. He literally just said that. Are you guys listening? Anyway, whatever. If only Dragon God
the player
was
is
on
often
the
taunted at
surface
the start
instead
of a
of where he
reactive
is.
game, as if to entice him to prove he is capable of besting the challenge that lies ahead. Even games like Sekiro and Bloodborne, which feature fast-paced, highly dynamic combat systems for their category, still treats the player like an underdog, both in story and gameplay. In active games, the player is the one who does the taunting, literally in many cases. Taking damage is a stain on a scoreboard, and dying means getting a game over. Continuing means simply rewriting that reality. The protagonist would not have performed as poorly as that in canon. In reactive games, the player is expected to take damage very frequently, and death is diegetically integrated into the story and themes.
Okay, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. That's basically just saying all reactive games are Souls-like games. I guess you could maybe extrapolate that to Monster Hunter with the carting system. Like, yeah, you can cart 3 times before you lose the mission, but I still wouldn't even really say that's true. I'd probably have to go back and look at the chart again. I'd say that's more of just a Souls-like thing than it is a reactive game thing.
So much so, that they often start with a set piece that ends in a mandatory death. In active games, most instances of damage are relatively insignificant. In reactive games, a single mistake can lead to your death. Enemy and boss hits often take a quarter, a third, half, or even more of your health points, while in
I mean, is ZSP wrong? Look how much health that. Look at that. Look at how much damage that did. That's fucking retarded. This is a good representation of what went wrong with the series. Oh, I'm blocking it. Sorry. Hold on. This is a good representation of what went wrong with the series. Look at that. I don't know if he had 60 vigor there or whatever the health stat's called in Elden Ring, but that's a pretty long health bar, so I'd have to assume yes.
points, while in active games, the same is seldom true, and only for hardcore difficulty modes. To clarify, this does not mean that reactive games are necessarily harder than active games, by virtue of their mechanics and so on. The harder difficulties of most hack and slashes can be as tough, if not significantly more.
The problem with this, like, okay, I think this video is fine. The problem is, this feels like it's reacting earnestly to 4chan troll comments instead of, like, earnest debate, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, since I've been in so many V threads about Souls-likes and other games, this just sounds like he's responding to troll comments about the Souls series, because people are just baiting 24/7 for attention. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I think most of what he's saying here is correct, for sure, but I'm not sure what this adds to the conversation ultimately, but yeah, I guess this is a decent video. I don't know. Should I skip? Let's see. What's the next section? Examples in conclusion, addressing bad faith. Maybe we can skip to bad faith criticism? I don't know.
Souls games and call it Rolls Lop. To be clear, I am neither saying you can simply not enjoy Souls games, nor that there aren't valid criticisms to make against them. I'll make some myself in this video. I am addressing bad faith criticism, and more generally, inflammatory, bitter discourse surrounding them. Those aforementioned people prefer the combat of active games, and are annoyed that so many people find the combat of reactive games fun and enjoyable. Many among them can't comprehend why reactive combat is remarkable, and thus feel a sense of superiority toward people who enjoy it.
Okay, he's definitely responding to 4chan comments, right? We all agree with that now. My assessment was pretty correct, I think. Yeah, just don't fucking... There's no point taking what you read on V seriously, trust me. The site is complete shit. It's unusable. It's absolutely unusable. The original user base is completely gone. It's basically just trolling, marketing, troons, browns. There's nothing good on there. Don't use it. Okay, I think the video was fine. It was kind of interesting. I feel like the beginning was kind of inflammatory. I still agree with Matthew Matosis's main point. It's just that, yes, reactive combat absolutely has its merits and appeal. I just think it went way too far. It definitely went way too far. Don't forget, most of the user base from Israel. Yeah, there's a reason why so many people left after the hack, because it exposed what many people suspected about the site in the first place, you know? J-RF7RQ, thanks to 6 months membership. Have a great day, and Noel can't do one push-up. Nice. I didn't even talk about it because I didn't really... I don't know. I mean, I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel good about it, to be fair, but I don't feel that strongly about it. But basically, from what I understand, Kiwi Farms lost its DDoS protection. They've gone through every single service that provides that. So now anyone can just DDoS his site at any time. So truly a sad day for our green Reddit companions. Couldn't have happened to a better guy. That's all I got to say on it, I guess. The Kaiser is wiser, thanks to the $5. Hey Synth, watch Something Just Happened in Italy by Kino History. It's a funny video with surprising quality despite the jacks. Skip around if needed. Okay. Him showing the part of someone gunning down the Cerberus boss in Devil May Cry 3 made me kind of rage. That is not a viable tactic whatsoever. Yeah, I mean, it would be better if he had the clip from my stream where I, in Devil May Cry 1, shot that one boss right at the end with the grenade launcher. You know, I was powered up with, like, the fire devil trigger thing, and I just used the grenade launcher. Yeah, that would have been good.
By 212 BC, the Second Punic War had been going on for Thrembo years already, and war weighs on the mind just as much as the body. Therefore, the minds of Romans were just about ripe for a thorough aping. And who else to do it but Eastern charlatans? Many weird practices developed among the population of Rome. Rituals were metaphorically and sometimes literally sold to the Roman proles and plebs alike by different assortment of charlatans from all over the Mediterranean. Rituals that, unlike Latin practices, were fake and gay, even if I dare say so myself, and I do dare indeed. Such practices did nothing but anger the Roman gods, who, by the way, were real, if anyone cares. Their anger, and therefore their existence, would soon be proven by the many misfortunes that would befall the Romans this year. It was becoming clear that the curule and the plebeian aediles were in fact not doing their job. Not because
Like, this is way too much effort for Soy Jacks. I know I'm not gonna. Unk is gonna ramble again about ugly art. No, I'm gonna stop myself. But I don't like Soy Jacks. I don't like them. Don't like them. This is too much effort.
of any malice, but because of the general disconnect that so often occurs between the populace and their rulers. When the news of rampant heresy did reach the magistrates, it was already too late. They tried to prohibit such practices with a public declaration, but were almost assaulted by the angry mob, whose new gods were now being threatened. Even a senatorial decree restricting the worship of new gods, so to speak, was issued, and of course was promptly ignored. Clearly, the new magistrates for this year would have to be effective, or Rome would be damned to eternal brimstone hell. These are the reasons why the elections for consuls for the year 212 BC were rather uneventful.
Okay, why was I recommended this? You guys know I'm not really a history guy. Not only is this 55 minutes long, it's got soy jacks, and I don't know, I'm a gamer. I'm a gamer. I don't care about history. I'm a gamer. I mean, not literally don't care at all, but, you know, I'm not, that's just not one of my interests. I know he said skip around, but it's like, what does that mean, though? Like, to win? Like, this is like a history lesson with soy jacks. That's just not, like, I don't want to watch it. A post on Onion Farms claimed they connected through the IP instead of the URL despite the site being DDoSed, so it may have been a false flag to get more support. What? But Noel's such a good boy. He would never lie. What do you mean? He's a good boy. He didn't do nothing. He's just exposing the pedos, bro. I promise. Swearsies. It's not a drama site to dox people. It's to expose evil pedos. J hyphen whatever. Thanks to the 10 gifted memberships. Sundatsu Gaming, thanks to the $5. Synth, if you watch videos, might I suggest Spyro Reignited Trilogy is worse than you think. Finally, a video I will agree with.
This game is pretty fun, but there's something off about it. Like, I don't know, there's just something wonky about this game. Like the physics that get more broken with your frame rate, to uncanny looking characters, and environments that obstruct your view of necessary collectibles. What about the load times that are even worse than the original games, so much so that they had to add fidget buttons to them to keep you occupied? This game just reeks, and I have to ask.
To be fair though, you could do that in, I don't remember if it was Spyro 1 or 2 or 3, but you could mess around with the buttons and the loading screens in the original as well.
Buttons to them to keep you occupied. This game just reeks, and I have to ask, what the hell happened here? Like, the original Spyro games felt so right. From their music, to their art, to their mechanics, it all just flowed together so smoothly, seamlessly, and believably. But by comparison, Reignited Trilogy feels hodgepodge, like a rushed mess. It's like the plastic display food that they put in the front of restaurants.
This is like all remakes. You could probably apply this to the new Halo remake. What are you saying right now?
Looks pretty good from afar, but once you get up close to it, you realize it's just kind of fake. That's what it's like playing this game. You slide around, but you never really feel like you're controlling a dragon. More like a soapbox car on ice when you're on the ground, and when you're in the air, you feel like a flying turd. The devs made a big deal about consulting with the original developers at Insomniac to get Spyro just right. Well, I think that was more for the cutscenes than the actual gameplay, because when you run around in this game, it just feels like a half-assed fan game. Like, you can tell that it's an Unreal Engine derivative work, and that's not a compliment. As mentioned earlier, certain things just break when you turn up the frame rate on PC.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was going to mention this. Yeah, you have to lower the frame rate for this right here.
Like, the platform movement doesn't work anymore. Spyro himself gets slipperier and his jumps don't go as far. Like, what the fuck is that? Even on console, where you're locked to an underwhelming 30 FPS, the game still struggles to maintain even that on higher settings. So it's not that the game is terrible or anything, it's just poorly optimized, which is such a shame because it really takes away from the work that the artists put into crafting some of these highly detailed environments and character designs that go so much beyond the original games. In fact,
well, I'll be honest, I hate what the Norks look like. They just look ugly, and they're not supposed to look ugly. They actually look kind of cute in the original game. And then they look ugly in the remake.
Let's talk about that for a moment. The characters in this game are pretty adorable, you gotta admit. Like the dragons and artisans all now having their own special artisanal outfits. Or
okay, you just praised the worst part. I don't want to watch anymore because he's praising the gay furry dragons. I wonder if this guy's a gay furry. I agree with what he's saying, though. I mean, I think the rest of his points are fine. Black Metal Gamer, thanks to the $2. Fallout 3 and Dark Souls 2 have amusement park levels. Yes, that is true. That is true. Fallout 3 and Dark Souls 2, same tier. It's true. I don't know if that's going to make... No, that would definitely make Dark Souls 2 fans more mad than Fallout 3 fans. But but it was basically the same. Yeah. Raymundo, thanks to $2. Paul Joseph Watson pod people video, YouTube being itself again. I'm assuming you had to censor that to get it through. Is that what you mean? Pod people, Paul Joseph Watson.
Urban millennials and Zoomers really have a fantastic future to look forward to, embroiled in mountains of student debt. No savings and no inheritance because they're boomer.
He looks uncanny here for some reason. Maybe just because I'm used to seeing what he looks like now. It just looks weird. It's weird this is only 720p.
Parents have blown it all on luxury cruises, living atomized, transient, lonely lives in decaying dystopian megacities. Unable to afford any kind of standard of living that provides them with basic dignity or privacy, eating eco-friendly rations of insects, forced to live like ants in colonies. Meet the pod people.
Podshare is affordable shared housing that we build across Los Angeles, and here in San Francisco is our first site. The idea, it's membership-based housing, so if you book a pod, you can stay across the whole network of locations.
See, no one would willingly want to live in these. This just seems like where you would store migrants if you want an invasion of replacement people, you know? And they're trying to frame this. Yeah, never mind. You guys know I'm not going to get into a rant. You guys know where I'm going with this.
Right, $1,200 a month to live in a pod in the middle of San Francisco. A shithole where the streets are littered with used needles, mountains of trash, and piles of oozing feces. Where thanks to chronic homelessness and an exploding rat population, medieval diseases are making a comeback. So trendy.
My whole concept was like the idea of the government giving you everything in a communist state. What if you could subscribe to a housing membership and have all your needs met?
All my needs met? Transcendent purpose, family, children, authentic life-affirming happiness.
Podshare model is really for myself, which is solo, single, no children, no pets. You know, like I'm really just building something I want to live in.
Oh, how about the basic human right to privacy?
This location has 2 bathrooms.
Yeah, that's the sad reality, Roland Overlord, is the migrants are living much better than the fucking pods. Yeah.
And this one's currently being used. The hardest thing about living in a place like this is that you give up your privacy.
There's certain things you have to give up, and that's privacy here.
Where else are you forced to live in smothering close proximity to other people with no privacy? So close that they can hear and witness your every bowel movement. Oh yeah, prison.
If the rents ever became normalized, then I don't know if a pod share would be necessary because everyone would just get their own private place.
Which is never going to happen. Why is rent in San Francisco so high? Onerous regulations on building new homes, illegal immigration, and a wealthy Silicon Valley elite that has artificially inflated prices at the expense of the middle class. None of that is going away.
I earn about $3,000 per month. I tried living in San Francisco on that budget. I was able to do it, but it was really, really hard.
Right, so you're literally spending nearly half your income on a pod and then complaining about not making ends meet. Maybe live somewhere other than San Francisco?
I am getting all the value that the city holds.
All the value the city holds? The value of contracting bubonic plague? The value of slipping and falling face down onto a mound of putrid shit? The value of accidentally nicking yourself with a used syringe and catching hepatitis C? So trendy. But hey, at least you won't have to hang out with the street junkies when you can blow whatever tiny amount of disposable income you have left on stimulants in the comfort and safety of your own pod.
You just share pods.
But Paul, all of this sounds a little bit chilling. Surely it wasn't ripped straight from the plot of a nightmarish Black Mirror episode. Surely not again. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that was back when the show was decent. I remember that episode.
What a time to be alive. Drug and alcohol abuse rampant, soaring depression rates, all-time suicide highs. No pets, no family, no disposable income, no savings, no ownership. Sleep in a pod, work in a pod. Avocado.
I live in California right now. Not even California. It's like San Francisco and LA. They call it the shitty here. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't really have much to say about this. I think I have seen this before a long time ago. Hold on. Most replayed. There's probably going to be something interesting about to happen.
But seriously, someone compared a photo from Auschwitz to one of these pod homes, and it doesn't even look that different. What does the future hold for the pod people? 10 years later, still paying off the mortgage for the ownership of their own internal organs. Living the dream. It's called capitalism, Paul. Oh, damn.
Capitalism. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you know, pod people. Wowie zowie. Yeah. I think I do remember seeing this, you know, way back, probably around when it came out, given that it's over 6 years old. Bees Mongees, thanks to the 2 Canadian. Drink and doom scroll Instagram reels on desktop. Are you telling me to do that, or are you saying what you do? I haven't done a drinking stream in a while. Believe it or not, I have a bunch of Thomas's wine in my fridge. I don't know if it's entirely appropriate to drink wine and play a baby game, though, because that's what we would be doing. I didn't really want to do a long segment of video reacting, so we might react to like 1 or 2 more, and that's it. You guys want me to drink and play Skylanders? I guess I could. Alright, hold on. Let's make it through the super chats real quick, and then I'll do it. Fuck it. Yeah, I'm not gonna get wasted. I'll probably have to try to sleep while drunk. I, for some reason, usually have issues actually falling unconscious. But if I start sobering up, then this is gonna be a serious problem. So, we'll see how it goes. I'll try to drink plenty of water. Let me, yeah, I'll do that in a sec. I'll get the wine in a sec. Bees Mongeese with another 2. I sacrifice. Okay. ABC, thanks to the $2. The most inclusive derogatory word. Shift here.
Goys, that's all you.
Oh, is this guy? Yeah, he's Jewish. He's Jewish. I mean, you guys knew that. I mean, this is the most phenotypically Jewish guy who's ever lived. Literal rat person, but you know, he's a famous comedian.
You guys are. You ever hear that word? Goy. It's Yiddish for non-Jew. Yiddish is like Jewish Ebonics. Goy means non-Jew. And just so you know, when you hear it, you think it's fun and friendly when they're saying it to you. It's not. They're shitting on you to your face.
Well, I'm glad he is telling the truth. You're hearing it from the horse's mouth right here. I mean, that's just, yeah.
Goy is a derogatory word. Probably my favorite derogatory word. Yeah, because most derogatory words, they single out one race or culture and make them feel bad. Not goy. Goy is the most inclusive of all the derogatory words. Do you know how pompous that is to have as your term for the other? That means to them it's 0.1% of the world. And then, ugh. Various shades of goy.
Yep. But don't worry, guys, it's a joke. Like that, I mean, telling the truth is a form of humor, for sure. You could say, in some ways, that's, you know, part of my humor on here. But did people not take away anything from this? I guess not. Racky Roo, thanks for the $5. Hey, Synth, huge fan of your content. Would you be willing to watch an animated short I made? It's called My Classmates 4. Okay. I hope this is not something horrifying. Is that another channel? I clicked on your channel. Oh, hold on. Wait. Hold on. They just bursted my eardrums, by the way. If slob ban.
Ooh, I got another one. Your mom was so fat when she fell down I didn't laugh, but the sidewalk cracked up. Oh yeah? Your mom was so fat it took me 2 buses and a train to get to her good side. Your mom was so fat, when she goes camping, the bears hide their food. Your mom was so fat, when she stepped on a scale, it said to be continued. Good morning, class.
Good morning, Mr. Henderson.
All right, we are going to open our science books to page 240. We are discussing outer space. Didn't you guys talk about outer space in middle school? Yes, we did. So why y'all talk about it again? I don't know. Since this is the...
Is this some kind of... I don't want to go with the whole how autistic are you spiel, but... Because you gave me money, so that is an instant way for me to be nicer to you. But I don't know what you expected here. What am I supposed to work with? Let it play. All right, we'll let it play till 2 minutes in.
The outer space portion of our class, we will be discussing things like the planets, dark matter, the Big Bang Theory, and the moon.
Ha! What's up, homie?
Adam, you're late for class again.
Oh, my bad, Teach. You know how it is. Just chilling er day. Chilling er day.
Great, Adam's here. Now he's just gonna spend time asking stupid questions. What do you mean? What do I mean? Okay, I'll give you an example. One day we were in Mr. Williams' class, but he wasn't there because he was sick, so we had a substitute teacher.
Hello, class. My name is Rebecca, and I will be substituting.
Okay, so this is a Family Guy cutaway gag, like literally a Family Guy cutaway gag.
For Mr. Williams' class.
I got a question, Teach. Are you our permanent teacher?
What?
No, sir. I am just your substitute teacher. I'm only gonna be here for today because Mr. William is sick.
Dude, what?
Yeah, and the funniest thing is...
Ryan C, thanks for $5. I fucked up and meant to say DMC4 is more active than 5, but for higher skilled players. If you suck, it's more reactive. Best combat in series IMO. I wouldn't know, because that's another game I'll probably never play. Then Brian with another $2. Shame Capcom cut the budget for RE5 development. Oh, is that what happened with DMC4? Interesting. Uzuk, thanks to the 20 DKK. Watch with Deppin Girls Night Out by 𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿𝐿. NYL. Okay, hold on. Oh, it's like, you mean watch with Devin. I get what you're saying. Sorry, I had a brain. Girls Night Out, DNYL skib. I can't summon Devin at whim. Yeah, my brain got fried there. I didn't think you meant literally with Devin. NYL skib. I don't know why it's bringing up, Is this not on YouTube? I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Girls Night Out skit, Nicholas the N. For the Girls Night Out event, YDM. Sorry, Uzuk. You'll have to send me a link or something. Just email it to me, I guess. Black Metal Gamer, thanks $2. City dependent / addicted libs are not people, bugs. Yes. 𝐒𝐿𝐿 revived. Thanks to the $2. If I lived in a pod, I would goodbye Cruel World IRL. Okay. Time for baby game. I didn't want to do a super long video watch segment anyway. What do I call this? I was thinking about an idea earlier and I can't remember what I came up with. It was like 30-year-old man-child plays with baby toys. I don't know. Baby toys. Drunk edition. We can do that. Drunk edition. All right. I'll be there. We go. I'll be back. Hold on. Let me get Thomas's wine. Alright. I can relate to chaos, bald, short, and angry. Indeed. Indeed. Oh, hold on. I think I gotta fix the... Okay. It should capture now in a second. Oh. I'm glad I noticed that. Did I win? I always win. Always. So the answer is yes. Oh yeah, I should bring back baby toy cam. This is very important to the experience. Hold on. How's the camera angle? How does it seem more zoomed in than last time? I don't know. That's fine. I think it's just because I moved aside a lot of the dudes. There's none on the right side since I put drinks there so I can grab them. It's good enough. Yeah, I was playing as the lion Wildfire. He's fun.
Cuckoo Clocker.
Baby toy can't be mean landfill cam. There's no way I'm putting that shit in a landfill.
Bringing the heat.
Wowie Sally, we're back, guys. We're back. Oh, we're so back. It's still mind-blowing. This game came out when I was 18 years old. Hold on, let me fix the volume. This is like retarded that I'm playing this on every level. Like, I have no nostalgia for this, and we've addressed that the game series is not good. But whatever, someone's enjoying this. Should we switch back to Spywo, the real main character? Because we want to see me struggle with the shitmon. He's a shitmon. The joke doesn't really work since it's not Pokemon, but whatever, you get the idea. Also, you can nickname figures. I turn the nicknames on. Should we just name him Spywo?
All fired up.
Hey, I forgot he had stupid cosmetics.
Getting stronger.
Why are people saying fucking landfill? There's none of these are going in the landfill. What do you guys think? Spywo? Hey, that's what he is. He's Spywo. That's my goat. My goat. Spywo. I'm doing Spywo.
A new name? Sweet.
I hate. My hate is infinite for the writing. Let me double check. We got triple fireballs, right? That was an upgrade we got. Yeah, we can fly, which is fucking useless. Yeah, that was it. That's all we got. We got 3 fireballs. Is 1,000... There's like a tower defense mode in this. We could probably use that to get money and upgrades. Can we afford anything? No. Nope. I guess we should try doing one more level first. Dude, look at how slow he is. I'm angry already.
Okay, Skylander.
I'm already mad.
Shall we go after this silly?
How the fuck is he that slow?
Blimp and capture that pepper-headed nut job?
Yeah, well, let's take out the pepper-headed nut
And
job.
by the way, I told Tessa she could come along with us on this mission. Might as well give someone else a chance to catch old Captain Flynn in action. Am I right?
Hey, Peter! It's not even a joke. There's no joke.
The chef's not getting away from us this time. Looks like his Zeppelin's well defended, though.
It's also pretty cool if I'm being totally honest here. Now, Skylander, when I give the signal, you
That's
head
actually
down to the
kinda
turret
funny.
and start firing away, all right? In case it wasn't clear, that was the signal.
Let's get him, Skylander!
So what you want to do, see, is shoot trolls, preferably before they can shoot us. That's the idea. Boom!
I don't like that the goblins are trolls when they're goblins. Why are they called trolls when they're goblins? This is not right. I don't like it. It's like how in like some Japanese media they'll call fairies elves. It's like they're fairies. Elves are a completely different thing.
Flying trolls? No, wait. They're just wearing helicopter backpacks.
Great job!
The Zeppelin is defended by several main cannons, and I think we just found the first one. Shoot it down.
My gamer god abilities are baffling even to the game, as they don't expect me to shoot literally everything in 2 seconds. Elemental attack. Spellbard. Wow, because I have a magic Skylander that I could do the magic attack. I think the magic attack sucked, I'm gonna be honest. I'm assuming all it did is like paralyze the enemies on screen. I'll turn that down a little bit more.
More to shoot down. Uh-oh, he's got some help this time. This is one thorough decannoning. Now let's just keep the ball rolling here. Spellbind.
We've almost taken out their defenses.
Final cannon, boom! Now we're done. And wait. Looks like this trollback wants a piece of the action. Well, I hope he likes getting shot. Okay, the Zeppelin's air defenses are all officially exploded. Although, it feels I might have taken a hit or two myself. Either that or those enchiladas I had before we came here were a little past their duty.
I hate that this guy's joke is eating. Eating is the worst character trait ever. Stop eating, you fuck.
You've got to get back to the academy right away.
Okay, Tessa, but only because you say so.
Wowie zowie. He likes the girl. He likes the cat
See if you can
girl.
find an entrance into the chef's kitchen.
Did I ever end up reacting to gaming is run by a cultist? Indie gyms made decent vids. No. I don't even know what that is. I forgot how much Spyro sucks. Look at that, 60 damage. 60. Do you realize how low that is? I'll show you how low that is. Look at 𝐂𝐂𝐃𝐈𝐀. Watch this. 367. Does that give you an idea of how shit Spyro is? I don't think I could describe it any better than that. Wait, can he not hit these? Does it have to be a Skylander? Oh, I guess I'm not supposed to hit that. It looks like I am. Oh, with the cannon, probably.
Charging through.
Yeah, you tell them, Spyro. Every time they say you're a shit mon, you're the worst in the world, you're complete dog shit, and the only reason you're in this is just so that they can throw on the box that you can use all your old toys. You know what? You're still the goat to me, Spyro. Okay. That's a lie. You're shit, and I hate you now. Your ass. And chat makes me play as you to torture myself. Really funny, guys. Really funny. Is this just to get treasure? Yeah, looks like it. Whatever else, grab the stuff. Why not? Money. That's it though. There's like nothing else. Just money. I mean, I see a elemental gate down there. Yeah.
A trap master of the air element is required to open this gate.
Yeah, it's Fat Gay Vormon. That's who.
Gusts and glory!
Do you think Carl would have been down to play Kirby Air Riders? I assume Carl doesn't have a Switch too, but I don't know. Maybe I should have asked him. Hello? Jeez, okay. That took a while. Flashback, my cartoon wasn't a pointless Family Guy cutaway. It's supposed to showcase how stupid one of the characters were. Also, yes, I'm actually autistic. That does not surprise me. I don't know what to say, really, except that it wasn't funny, and I don't know. I can't really say anything that wouldn't be mean. Hold on, let's give all that cash to Spyro. He obviously deserves it because he's so good in the game.
All fired up.
His spy, whoa, that's funny. I laugh at my own joke. That charge is so shit. It actually makes me mad to look at it. Flying is a little bit faster than walking, but only a tiny bit. Still trying to power up the low tier. Yes, this is what we're doing. That's the meme of this. I mean, is it really that interesting if I just play one of the good characters? Well, I need to buy a light or dark element Skylander, guys. You better pull the fucking wallet out. The dark Trap Master, I think, was only like 35. I say only. It's $35 for, you know, a landfill piece of plastic. But the light one was 50. So that's why I say that.
Skylanders of the fire element are stronger in this zone.
Yeah, fire, not like Spyro, because he's not fire. What the hell? I'm a genius, shit. Genius level intellect at work.
Skylanders of the fire element are stronger in this zone.
Chat, this is not a Skylander of the fire element. What am I doing? Alright, what villain do I need for this quest? Broccoli guy. Do I still have Broccoli guy? I'm not sure.
If you're looking
I might have
for
got
real
rid of
food,
Broccoli Guy.
You've come to the wrong place.
Because I think it's Chompy Mage in my other life one.
Shame because I burn everything I cook. Sometimes
check.
even before turning the heat on. What's up with that?
What the fuck did I do with my
Anyway,
traps?
I've got one non-burn pot left, and I need to prove to the other chefs that I can cook a great meal that isn't on fire. I've got an awesome recipe for something, but I need Broccoli Guy to really make it zing. Send him.
Chompy Mage.
Yeah, I don't have Broccoli Guy anymore.
My way, and I might just be able to redeem myself. Plus, I'll make it worth your while. Promise.
Yeah, whatever, you ugly ass bitch. Look at that thing. He's gross. I don't want to talk to him anyway. Get the fuck away from me. Seriously, those guys look uncanny. What the hell's wrong with them?
Up high.
I have this guy. I bet he's better than Spyro. Ultimate Dino Destruction. Sounds like a cooler attack than Spyro, too.
Skylanders of the fire element are stronger in this zone.
Mwahaha. Bombshell.
Up, up, up.
I feel like it should be illegal to call him Bombshell. I don't care if it's a pun. He doesn't have giant titties or... This is synthetic humor at work. I truly impress myself sometimes. What do you mean LMAO what? Don't tell me Zoomies these days don't know what bombshell means. I wouldn't even, like, is that lingo even that old? I mean, yeah, it probably is old, but... I'm sorry, Synthez lingo. What do the kids say these days? Is she a mommy, dommy, GF? Step on me? Yeah, you guys are cuckolds. I'll just say it. Chompy Mage, stop. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, baddie. Yeah, baddie. That's what they say. The problem with that is I've seen women use that in a completely different context. I don't really agree. Unless women are purposely misusing the term. Every time I've seen baddie used by a woman, it has nothing to do with attractiveness, whereas bombshell is directly related to attractiveness. Oh, wow. Okay, perfect. We got Chompy Mage. Alright, I don't care what you have to say.
Chompy Mage, thank goodness. Please free these chompies so I can hopefully explore culinary pursuits much more in line with my foodie abilities.
Bombshells from the 50s. A lot of Zoomer lingo is just reused slang as well, though. Wait, what? That was it? I just talked... Dude, why are some of these quests just talk to the guy with the right guy? That I didn't do anything. I just think a lot of modern slang is literally just, oh, I don't want to say the thing the previous generation said. It doesn't even sound good. Do you know what I mean?
But he wanted me to tell you to give the
Like, bricked up is the worst. That's not the worst, but it's one of the worst. Bricked up is definitely one of the worst.
Didn't, but I thought I'd relay the message.
I've already ranted about it multiple times, so I don't feel like ranting about it again.
Doing great. And now
But bricks should only be representing either shit or muscularity, not a hard-on.
Skylanders of the air element are stronger in this zone.
Now you guys are just pretending. How many times have I said I hate pretending? Brick shit house means muscular. You're built muscular. Shit bricks. Shit bricks, right? Not bricked up. Your fucking micro penis can't be a brick, you fucking bitch ass little child. I don't even know what I'm saying.
Yeah! Ready or not.
Sometimes I just got nothing to say. I don't need to justify myself to you people. Everything I say is correct. Every time you think I say something sus or something questionable of any kind, I'm right and you're wrong. You just you don't get it. You're not smart enough. You're not in tune with the very nature of baseness like I am. You guys are just too cringe. Your base levels are far too low. There you go. It makes sense if you just remember that I'm always correct. Dude, we're wasting so much gold on Spyro for him to be a dog shit character. Why are we doing this? This is such a meme. I guarantee him maxed out is worse than most of the Trap Masters by default. I know this has nothing to do with what's going on, but my jackal reference earlier was a reference to you guys being hit by sniper jackals. Yeah, I was just confused, like, what the actual, the Family Guy reference was. Like, I don't, like, I can't think of it. Not that I'm not a Family Guy master like Devin, who's seen every minute of Family Guy. Look at Chompy Mage just soloing everything. And Spyro would take him an hour to kill those guys. That's the worst part of this. I'm like not even really committing to the challenge because I'm... Oh, I see the bonus magic damage. Yeah, I guess that's better than nothing. But I'm not even really committing to the challenge because I'm not really using Spyro, you know what I mean? Like, what the fuck's the point? Like, Chompy Mage, I could probably just hit this motherfucker with the stick till he dies. He could burn himself? He could burn himself. What? Okay, that's kind of funny. I don't know. Did we abandon Spyro, guys? Is the meme dead? I'm not even playing as Spyro. Does it really count if I'm not playing as Spyro?
To track this villain.
So what'll it be, old chap? Huh? Bombs?
Yeah, I've seen plenty of Sonic X. I hated the main kid. I hated him. So he bought all these fucking toys to see Spyro. No, this is what chat is doing to me. This is something that chat made me do. Like, there's only one person who wants me to abandon Spyro here. I got a trophy. Wowie zowie. Part of me does want to see if Spyro is at least usable when you have his upgrades. I don't know how long that's going to take, but I guess I'm willing to torture myself at least a little while longer. At least I'm trying out the different villain characters.
Skylanders of the air element are stronger in this zone.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah, Chris was the name of the kid in Sonic X.
It's a Skylander. We were all forced to work on this Zeppelin by that crazy chef Pepperjack.
Forced. No, all of you are fucking traitors. Be honest.
Strong, being cooks, but they might warm up to you if you can prove yourself at our Sky Stone Smash game. It's something we made up.
I have to play the game.
Escape the madness of this high-pressure kitchen environment.
Okay.
Here,
Yes, teach me the card game.
So here it is, Sky Stone Smash. To win the game, you must reduce my health to 0.
Yeah.
This is a Sky Stone. The swirly thingies show how much damage this Sky Stone does.
Wow.
The hearts show how much health it has.
That's crazy, dude.
Your opponent always goes first.
Sheep creep.
There we go.
There's a sheep and a creep.
Okie smoky. Now it's your turn. Choose a Sky Stone to play.
I'm so glad that all my cards have the same stats.
Any of these 3 spots.
A lot of player choice going on here.
Try placing your Sky Stone here.
Oh my lord, shut the fuck up. I get it. I know this is a game for toddlers, but just go a little faster, please.
Right. Now the Sky Stones are about to battle. Yours will win, but it will take 1 point of damage.
Sheep creep.
Better than Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm going to bomb your house, and you'll deserve it.
Cuckoo clocker.
Oh no! I don't have a Sky Stone here. That means your stone will do 2 points of damage to me.
Sheep creep.
If you're curious, just search up It's a Jackal off stream. It's only 12 seconds. Okay.
Bruiser cruiser. Sheep creep. The gulper.
I win.
Now try your hand against the other shoe shapes. Just remember to not take
I'm not playing any more your card game. Fuck you. Fire.
Bringing the heat.
A trap master of the fire element is required to open this gate.
An oven. Okay. The Wowie Zowie. I have to use 100% of my brain power to push these. I love how they literally... dude, I don't know. I know 30-year-old Unk is complaining about a game for toddlers again, but legitimately think about this, dude. Like, they had block pushing puzzles in all the old Pokemon games. Those are made for the same age range as Skylanders. Like, no matter how you try to justify it, that's just a fact, right? So why the fuck Does Skylanders need to put arrows on the top of the block pushing puzzles? Like, I promise you, as much as we joke Zoomers are retarded, they're not this retarded. This is ahead of its time. This is like Gen Alpha tier gaming. You know what I mean?
I'll take it.
How high? Look at chat. I get burned. I'm a fire Skylander. How am I getting burned? That should be fine. Wowie zowie. Colander hat. This is what I always wanted. Nah, I'm not wearing that. You can't make me. That's a different kind of humiliation ritual. I'm not ready for that one. What's the point of pushing this? Does it do anything? Maybe there was a super special secret that my brain is too small to discover. I also don't care, though. Alright, since we're sticking with the Spyro meme, I will switch, but the lion is much more fun to play.
All fired up.
When you retire, Spyro, give him the colander hat. Yeah. Alright. That was a gold apple core. That's kind of weird, but I guess I'll take it. That's gold.
Up high.
Okay. Do I have to play the Sky Stones minigame to lower the gate? Is that seriously what they're telling me right now?
So, Batterson says we can trust you.
But it'll take a little more than that to convince us.
Yeah, we weren't born yesterday here.
I haven't got anything to add. I do agree with my fellow sous chefs, though.
But if you beat me at Skystone
I guess as the
Smash, we
detailed
might
environmental
possibly
design doesn't make the
anything to see the
possible
big man
directions immediately
himself.
obvious. Well, they should just let you move it in every direction and then just let you reset the puzzle. That's how old games do it, right? There's literally no reason to make it as retarded as it is. Alright, let's see. Yeah, what are my other characters? There's not really a whole lot of stats here. I feel like they need more stats. Alright, let's see. What are my other options here? I feel like it already pre-selected my best guys, unless I'm missing something. Chompy Mage only does 1 damage, but he has like a double heart thing. I'm not sure what that means.
Tussle Sprout.
Oh, heart boost, you gain 2 health. Okay, but, I mean, when do I gain 2 health?
Heart Boost. Sheep Creep.
Okay, whatever.
Bruiser Cruiser. Buzzer Beak.
Purple Derpus, Derp Sherple, Shingle Dingle, Winglebiss,
Tussle Sprout.
Piss Nobbler, Assgaper. My humor is just, it's gone. My brain is fried.
When this is all over, I shall prepare us. A victory ham!
I hope I have whatever element this dude is as a trap, because it'll be kind of suck if I can't play as him.
Hope you brought an appetite, because tonight on the menu, we serving you.
Chef Pepperjack.
Oh no, yeah, I don't have a fire trap. I don't have one. We don't get to play as him. I cry.
I can see how that would be confusing. Anyway, let's spice things up.
I'm sorry, chat. I didn't spend enough money. I'm not allowed to have fun. That's how this works. I'm not allowed to have fun, chat. I'm not allowed. I say as I play Spyro chipping away at him with tiny amounts of damage. It is actually crazy to think about. The first game in this series was called Spyro's Adventure. And Spyro is ass. Oh, what? I can't fly over those? Oh, that's cringe. What? See, flying is completely useless. It doesn't do anything. I do like the bullet hell bosses in this though. That's much more involved than you'd think a fetus game would be, you know? Alright, let's try out the villain. Throw bombs. Throw bombs! Yeah, those bombs do good damage. Ah, shit.
I made this extra spicy for you.
Yeah, I get the feeling Spyro's gonna die. I just have this. I don't know why. I don't know why I would think that. Obviously, he's so good, but I just have this distinct feeling that Spyro's not gonna live through this boss.
Ooh, that's smart. You like the heat? Maybe I can slow things down here, Chief. No, I think.
Oh shit! I wasn't ready. The drinking is slowing me down already. Okay.
Fire in the belly there, I tell you what. Whole lot of pepper. Wow, that tastes good. Look like you wanted extra. What say we make this barbecue official and drop some burgers on the grill? Up.
Yeah, burgers on the grill. I say, burgers on the grill.
Hotter than hot. Wow, that tastes good. Just how I like it. Look like you wanted extra spicy. I told you it's hot. Wow, yeah. Fire in the hole. Now we get to
Yeah, okay, his other attack's kind of useless.
Wow, that tastes good. Time to get a grill on again. Oh, push the fire in the inside. Grill it up. All right. Whole lot of peppers. Hotter than hot.
I'm surprised. This boss is pretty good. I like how this is designed.
Puts the fire in the inside. Look like you want it extra, extra spicy. Whole lot of peppers. Oh, bombs hotter than hot. Wow, that tastes good. Oh, puts the fire in the inside. Heads up. Hotter than hot. Fire in the hole.
Yeah, woo! Spyro did it by himself. Only Spyro. He had no help. Zero help.
Put a fire trap in the
I don't have a fire trap, chits. I don't have one. Yeah, I mean, maybe the armor from flying blocks one hit. I'm not entirely sure how that mechanic works. Something like that. I missed 3 areas. That's a lot.
More bad news, my queen. Now the Skylanders have Chef Pepperjack.
Please, Majesty, let me go after the Skylanders before they make a mess of everything.
Yes, get rid of the Skylanders, finally! And I, Chaos, have the perfect ingeniously evil plan. First we'll get...
Dr. Crankcase, how is work going on my ultimate...
How could they disrespect this turbo manlet like this? This is messed up.
My queen, I have constructed the weapon so that it can harness the ginormous energy of Traptanium. Soon, I'll have it up and running, and then...
Then I will have all the gold in the world!
Yeah, that's all she wants. Yeah.
That's it? That's your big plan?
Of course. What else is there?
Ooh, I don't know. Let me think. Oh, yeah. How about ruling Skylands as its ultimate evil overlord?
I'd rather have the gold.
Not evil enough! I can't take it anymore! You've pushed me too far! I challenge you to an evil off!
Dude, is he like 1 foot tall? Like, it legitimately, he's tiny.
Tell us, what exactly is an evil off?
Don't play coy with me. I challenge you to an evil duel for control over the Doom Raiders and all of Skylands. Winner takes all.
Wow, he jobbed. He fucking just jobbed hardcore.
In a long, long time.
Yeah.
Fucking brutal. He lost to the girl boss. It's over for Chaos Chud cells.
This is incomprehensible. How could this happen to me?
Chaos?
I actually find myself needing help. Help? I can't even say it, or barely think it. But... I give myself no choice. Time for the unthinkable. No one will expect it. Not even me.
I like all the villain cutscenes. They're pretty fun, actually.
I just need to wear this cast and maybe let you Skylanders take the lead on hero business for a while.
The important thing is that you guys caught the chef. He won't be able to haul any Traptanium back to his Doom Raider buddies for a long time.
What do they want with that Traptanium anyway?
Yeah, don't know. But I might have something back at my old house that could tell us. I call it the Information Squid. And Callie, since Flynn here's got a bum leg, would you mind flying me and the Skylander out?
Wait, what?
Oh, and on the way, I can tell you all about a giant fish that lives out there too. Great!
Why would I care about a giant fish? Why'd she even just fucking say that? A bubble. A level up bubble. We're wasting all of our XP and money on Spyro. How could this possibly go wrong? It could never go wrong. Spyro's the GOAT, clearly. Holy shit, 4,300 bucks. All right. Fire shield appears in using flame ball attack. Flame balls do extra okay, we have to get this. The damage is so fucking pitiful. We have to get that.
It's showtime.
Ready for another magical upgrade?
Okay, yeah, you can charge up flame ball, dive bomb, magic worm. Yeah, like, okay. I guess the fire shield could be useful. I don't know. Spy, Woe, Nuzlocke. Well, he's already died 2 or 3 times, so I feel like Nuzlocke's out of the question already. I am gonna do the tower defense. I don't remember if it gives you gold or not, but it might be worth doing just so that we can maybe upgrade again.
I've taken it easy on you so far, Skylanders, but now prepare to meet the horrible doom that you so evilly deserve!
From now on, you will need specific elements to build towers. Move a Skylander near a tower spot and activate it to create a tower.
Never mind. We'll do it correctly.
Rock and roll.
I want to use my bird.
Buzzer beak.
I think tower defense might actually work decently well for what this game is. Just because, ironically, I never thought this would be my biggest complaint so far, but I just feel like there's just not enough enemies. I mean, if this is a beat-em-up game, why the fuck are there so few enemies? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these levels, I feel like they only send, like, a handful of enemies at a time at you. And it's like, this is a beat-em-up. Why would you only send a handful of enemies?
All washed up. Towers upgraded.
Yeah, I can switch to Spyro for the next round. And he can steal this cash that Snapshot earned.
All fired up.
Looks like a mobile game. Yeah, the visuals are definitely cheap looking. From what I saw, the game's Vicarious Visions worked on, Swap Force and Superchargers looked a little less cheap. But I think this series just doesn't have a very good visual aesthetic in general. Like, I know kids are nostalgic for it, but like, compare Gen 1 of Pokemon. I hate to wank the Gen 1ers, but you compare Gen 1 of Pokemon versus, like, the roster of Skylanders, and, like, you'll see what I mean. Like, the art design's very inconsistent in Skylanders. Okay. What was the point of that? You just threw meteors at me without any enemies? Dude, we went from 60 damage to 79. Oh my god. How... Spyro, my goat is shit. My goat is a fucking fraud. He's ass. It's an embarrassment. He's a fucking goddamn embarrassment. This is the power of power creep right here, dude. This is power creep for you. He probably wasn't even that good in the original game, and now he's like completely dog shit tier. He's washed, Chad. He's washed. Chad, he's washed. For real, for real. Chaos mode master. I'm a master even though I've only completed 5 waves. I feel like you're using that word wrong.
Upgraded.
Any plans to play the new Splatoon? Not really. I was hoping Devin would cover it, but Frogmire's dead. If you weren't here before, big sad Frogmire's dead. I cry. I think Devin just, I don't know. He's got to be... I've accepted he just needs to be left to his own devices for a while. And maybe he'll figure shit out later, but for now... Alright, I'm gonna switch to the villain in a second here because when Spyro's damaged, he can really only take out the weak guys. He's shit against anything else.
The Doom is under attack! Hurry, Skylanders!
Wave complete.
Lord Frogmire, the castle walls have been breached. Zogmire, there's nothing we can do.
Oy vey, there's nothing we can do.
Try Giants or Skylanders, Spyro's Adventure on Dolphin. You can play as any character with the emulated portal. Yeah, but what's the point of that, though? I've already said this. Like, if you're gonna emulate Skylanders, you would just play a better game. Like, the entire appeal of Toys to Life is you buy the toys and then the toys in the game. Like, that's always been my argument. It's like, if I was gonna emulate, there's about 5,000 games I'd rather play than this. You know? I like the idea of you buy a toy and the toy is in the game. Like, that's the entire appeal of the series. If you remove that element, then there's no reason to play.
Towers are under attack. Wave complete.
You dare cross me, Chaos? Oh, you'll pay for this!
Isn't every game of toys? What are you talking about? You do see the camera under my... You see that? You see that? Is that coming up on the camera? You see that camera, right? Like what the point of that is? What's my favorite toy? My favorite toy is I don't know.
Wave start.
I mean, these aren't even action figures, though. They're actual, you know, statuettes, is, I believe, what the term would be. Because you can't pose them. Oh my god, Chompy Rain incoming. Not a Chompy Rain, dude. Okay, at least they threw the meteor shower during a wave. So it actually means something. I feel like villains are very unbalanced in this. It's just like, here's a free health bar that regenerates. Yeah, that seems kind of broken, not gonna lie. I know it's like the whole gimmick of this game. But it's like, there's no consequences if a villain dies. You know what I mean?
Wave complete.
Mess with the dragon, get the horns.
Power fully regenerated.
Something tells me I'm starting to enjoy this video game Saturday morning cartoon style writing. I like the villain scenes. I think, like, Flynn is fucking insufferable as much as we like to. Hey, beat her! Hey, beat her! Beat her! Beat her. We like that meme, but the actual character sucks. His joke is, I like eating. Yum yum, I like eating. Wowie zowie. That's fucking shit. That's a shit gimmick.
Wave complete.
Never back down.
Power fully regenerated.
That's saying Giants are better on average than Trap Team. The combat feels better and they have less slop. You can just jump into level and play fewer cutscenes, less annoying dialogue. I have heard the exact opposite on the combat, that the combat just got better with the games. I don't know, that could just partially be nostalgia on your part. I mean, I'm literally playing as one of the characters from the first two games. He's complete shit. I'll play Wildfire as a good example right here.
Bringing the heat.
Like the trap masters are pretty fun to play. It's just chat thinks it's funny to make me play Spyro for the bit.
Final wave. Turn up the heat. Hot streak.
Towers are under attack. The mystery box of
Oh shit.
under attack. Hurry, Skylanders.
No, the box! Okay. He freed an evil creature.
The evil creature has been defeated. Tower destroyed.
Oh yeah.
I need more upgrades with them, but just being able to spam the shield bash attack is more fun than anything Spyro can do, for example.
Don't think for 1 second that you've outcrafted my crafty evil craftiness, Skylamos. I will personally crush you in my next ultimate evil challenge.
Mwahahaha. More money for Spyro to steal.
All fired up.
I feel like Evil Manlet is bigger fish to fry, isn't he kinda a statue right now? Maybe this takes place after the story or something. Also, Evil Manlet is clearly the good guy and we're the bad guys, let's be honest. Alright. So I can charge up a super fireball. I hope the damage isn't complete trash. Do a dive bomb. I don't really trust the usefulness of that. I can't afford this yet, but I don't know. I feel like this, since this is like the third version of Spyro or whatever that they released for Swap Force, I think I'm supposed to do the charge path because his, like, I think it's called a Wow Pow, supposed to be for charge. But I feel like his charge attack is so dog shit that it can't be worth it, right? I don't know. I feel like we've already wasted enough investment on Spyro as it is. The money was promised to Spyro 3,000 years ago. That's right. That's fucking right, dude. Remember that.
Never had a doubt.
Okay.
Teddy Cyclops. Sure, put it on. Why not? Where does Spyro put that on? Oh, he puts it on his back. Sure, why not? Yeah, that looks good.
Okay.
Let's go!
Flynn's ship. You ready to fly out with me and
Let's go, Spyro! Let me reset the recording. Alright.
Cool. It'll be good to figure out why those Doom Raiders are going
This
after
is... I don't know what I
Plus,
expected.
I'm kind of curious about this fish that ate Max.
I don't know what I expected. I know I said that when I streamed this with Devin. But just the fucking idea that I have all this, all these guys, and we're just like, no, we only care about Spyro. Only Spyro. Spyro's the only one that matters. Only Spyro. I love Spyro. I love Spyro. I love Spyro.
Just how big is this?
Look at all these.
That big.
Oh my god. That was epic.
Oh, that takes me back. Okay, we just need to find that information squid of yours, deal with the pirates, not get eaten by the rainfish, and find somewhere to land in this storm. Alright then, how about I show you around these parts?
I'm proving how much of a Spyro fan I am. Yeah, I should have just played the first game then. At least Spyro might be usable in the first game. This is a challenge run. I'm just that good of a gamer, you know?
Squid. It's gotta be around here somewhere. I just hope that fish hasn't eaten him. He tends to do that a lot.
Yeah, thanks for the info, you fucking stupid bitch. Someone whoop her ass. There's nothing over here. There we go.
Skylanders of the Earth element are stronger in this zone.
Chompy pirates.
We arrived just in time for a pirate
Okay.
party. I wonder if it's in our honor. Get 'em, Skylander!
Who does that? Synth didn't actually move. He just rearranged his room and used the money to buy Skylanders figurines. Yeah, that makes sense. I can't argue with their logic. 158. All that for 158. I have to wonder, is 158 at least a lot of damage in the first game? Because in this, that's about half as much damage as it should be doing. Did it say tech trap? Yeah, I don't have that either. Clearly, I should have bought more of these stupid plastic totem pieces of shit, because otherwise I'm not allowed to engage with the game. I can't believe that does 400 damage. I mean, look at this. This is just a bird. Literally a bird. Does more than double the damage Spyro does. It's just a bird.
Defeated.
Yeah, I don't have that. Sorry, no tech trip. I didn't pay enough monies. I'm not getting to experience the game. This might be the worst playthrough of Skylanders Trap Team in existence.
Real nice. Might be some wood you can use over there to repair the bridge.
Change him to a different character. Alright, I will change from Spyro. I'm sorry. All the memers in chat are getting overruled. I approve. Okay, who do we want to be? Spyro? He's gone. He died. I don't know what happened. He's just call out something on the screen. Introducing kids to power creep at an early age. Well, yeah, they got to incentivize buying the new toys, obviously. As the saying, Giants characters have 4 times damage in this game, but it is weaker compared to those games. Yeah, the numbers are just that high. They're just that high. Okay, 𝐒𝐄𝐈𝐀 it is. This is the actual main character. I should rename him 𝐒𝐄𝐈𝐀, don't you think? Oh, we can name him 𝐒𝐄𝐈𝐀. That'd be good. Hold on. That's the share button. It's this one. There we go.
True power.
Do you want to spell it like Crips or is it fine doing this way, but Kang? I don't care. I can just do this, 𝐒𝐄𝐈𝐀. 𝐒𝐄𝐈𝐀, shit. I could do it, yeah, like Crip, like CRIP, Crips. Yeah, alright, sure, why not? See, this is more proof Italians are black. You guys just aren't believers. Actually, I would assume most of you are believers. That's the problem. 𝐒𝐄𝐈𝐀. Actually, yeah, we could do Kang in all caps. That's fine. Nice, nice, absolutely.
No bones about it.
A worthy name. That's right. That's fucking right. I'm just carrying floating planks. Awesome. I do wish she was a little faster. I wish everyone was a little faster. That's the one thing that seemed gimped about this compared to some of the footage of the other ones I was watching. The walk speed is too fucking slow in this game. I'm assuming it was performance related because Toys for Bob are incompetent.
Although it just occurred to me that we might have better luck finding my information squid if we split up. Nothing personal, I swear.
This is a linear path. What do you mean split up? Where else is there to go? What a secret, Chad. I just used my eyes and I saw it.
Rising up.
Rise up. I love how user hyphen whatever the hell is the first 2 Skylanders games #1 fan. We're the Swap Force people to also claim that their game is 10 times better than this somehow, and I guarantee it's like 1% better at best. It's just whichever one you're nostalgic for. These are all slop beat 'em up games. I've seen the reviews. Like I said, it was a waste of potential for the Toys to Life genre to be just a beat 'em up. Like, this is like the laziest path they could have chosen for a game genre. I think Disney Infinity had more potential, it's just they got too lazy with it. Oh wait, I'm undead, aren't I? I'm actually good here. Can I kill some things? There must be things to kill. I don't want to play your shitty ass card game, you fucking freak. Fine, I will anyway. You're a bitch. I'm gonna kill you. Shut the fuck up.
It's my key you be wanting. Well, if so, then it's Skystone Smash we first be playing.
Fine.
Yahar! That's what I like to hear. Now, let's play some Skystone Smash.
If I reveal my history with Skylanders, you'll call me autistic again. That's a great reason that you should do it then. I think you should, Poir.
Sheep creep.
The one damage to all enemy cards. Okay, I'll save that one then.
Brawlrus. Shredknot.
Sherpus Derpus. Disniz.
The Gulper. Slobber trap.
Slob on that knob.
Cuckoo clocker. Cuckoo clocker.
Cuckold gobbler. Knob gob.
Brawl and chain.
So is this gonna auto kill on summon? Yeah, probably, right?
Chef Pepperjack. Fireball.
Yeah. Nice.
Well, I'll be scrimshawed.
Shut up, you suck. That's right, that's right. Crip Kang is a great achievement. I'm an achiever. Yeah, skill at Souls game? Who needs that? I get told by the baby game that I'm amazing, okay? And the baby game's right, let's be real. I feel like drinking actually is good for a game like this because it's so brain dead. You just like your mind will wander to whatever retarded shit you can think of. But that also might be the only way for an adult to enjoy a game like this is drinking, you know what I mean? Oh my god.
Prepare to get brain drained.
Mastermind. I also don't have an undead trap. I'm sorry. I didn't cough up enough cashola for this game. Got his ass. No undead trap though, big sad. I cry. You're seeing me cry right now in real time. I'm aware they aren't very good. I just like the combat upgrade system, finding secrets. I'm playing Ratchet & Clank right now, and I appreciate the well throughout platforming challenges. I'm being a bit of a dick. I actually don't think this is that bad. Like, obviously Devin pre-hated everything about this stuff. I just, like, I don't even have that guy.
Psst. Hey, you.
Shut up. Don't talk to me. What I hate is it is way too condescending. That's what kills me about this. It's like, children are not as dumb as you think. Again, I always bring up like Pokemon Red and Blue. Like there's a lot of parts of that where you, without the internet, you just have to discover it by playing the game and explore around. Right? It's much less handholdy. And kids figured out just fine. I mean, kids could like if a kid got stuck, they could literally just ask their friend how they got past it, you know what I mean? Like, I know you can always make the argument that Zoomers have a lower IQ than Millennials, and that it actually is true, believe it or not. At least on average, you know. Ow. Owie. That hurt. But, I don't think Zoomers are actually retarded. Now, Gen Alpha might be retarded, based on what I see. Like, Gen Alpha might be the first generation of actual tards. But, we'll see. Anyway, to get to my point, like, this shit is... Like, kids don't really have discerning taste. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't make good media for children. You should. But... they don't have... oh, okay, there's a secret up there. Let me have that. I like that. A wall. They just summoned a wall in front of me. Oh, look, another wall. How could they summon a wall? Ooh, I cheated. You guys saw that? I cheated. I'll take it, dude. You can't stop me. I'll cheat. You think I care about doing this legitimately? Fuck no. Give me that treasure. Plus 12 critical hit. Fuck it. Give me that. Want more crits.
Fit for a king.
More crits, more damage. I can't open that as a shortcut. Please. Oh yeah, okay, I can leave that way. Nice. Zoomers are more disenfranchised than anything. Yeah, I mean, again, there's a lot of things that are definitely not Zoomers' fault in any way. Like, how is it Zoomers' fault that they're broke and no one made, like, the time, like, obviously, generations, the way that they're categorized now, for whatever reason, is batches of 15 years. So there is a big difference between someone born in 1996 and someone born in, you know, 2010. There's like a massive difference, right? Oh, there's another key somewhere. I don't know where the other way is that I didn't go. Let's see. I went in that house already.
Skylanders of the Earth element are stronger in...
Wait, hold your horses there. Forgot to tell you something real important.
Oh my god, important.
You can actually reuse some of these bridges you build. Just pick up the old one after you crossed it and place it somewhere.
That's innovative and amazing. I can reuse the planks. It just is sad to think that, like, the Toys to Life stuff was probably the last major attempt from AAA companies to appeal to children. Like, every other game that I've seen that has a decent budget that's made for kids after this point is remakes of games millennials grew up with, like Crash and Spyro, right? It's not new stuff for children. When indie developers make things for children, they're not actually for children, they're for autistic adults, right? I mean, how many times do you see, like, a kid-like game with all sorts of obvious, like, adult political theming and shit? Like, yeah, you know, there's plenty of kids who enjoyed things like Undertale, but even Undertale is pretty old, so I guess you could say Deltarune. But Deltarune is not made for children. It's made for these autistic weirdo fucks. Let's be honest. That's who it's made for. Things made just for children don't exist anymore. Things made for all ages also don't exist anymore. The things that you would think exist for all ages then end up being co-opted by weird groomer, pedo, you know, leftist type people. Sad. I love that name, 𝐒𝐿𝐃. 𝐒𝐿𝐃. iPads. Does Pokemon count? I mean, I guess you could say Pokemon can still appeal to new children, I suppose. Pokemon is eternal. It'll just never die. Which would be fine if it didn't suck. But Pokemon does suck these days, obviously. Yeah, I couldn't get over, like, how much DEI had seeped into Scarlet and Violet. Those NPC designs are so fucking bad. And they had, like, the old black woman gym leader. They had the, like, femboy ice gym leader. The trans man coded Elite Four member. Scarlet and Violet was fucked.
Looks like another bridge is out, and not one you can rebuild with a little wood. But luckily,
how about a big wood?
Big crane right here.
I just got to get my wood big enough to span the whole bridge.
On the other side and drop them into the water. Should be a hoot and a half. So just drive that crane out to the platform with those pirates. Once you get the claw right over one of their heads, press the button to snatch.
Yeah, X and Y was probably the last time, like, I felt Pokemon was worth the time. Like, X and Y was still very brain dead because Mega Evolutions were so utterly unbalanced. But Mega Evolutions were also very cool. Kind of... Ironically, it was Pokemon ripping off Digimon in that case with the temporary power-up sort of concept. Shut up, bitch. Shut up. I'm gonna beat you to death as soon as I get out of here. If it would let me.
Now just drop him in the drink. By that, I mean the water.
The drink. They call me the drink. Why can't I aim up there? Get the fuck over here, asshole. I'm glad they just don't notice what's happening. Like, I get Resident Evil 4 as a game for big boys, put on the big boy pants and all that. But like, you know, in Resident Evil 4, when you use the stupid crane, I'm dropping her in the water. Get fucked, you stupid whore. What? No comment? It let me do that and she didn't say anything? Let me do it again.
Not funny anymore.
Okay.
Nice going. Now I'll just activate my handy bridge here.
Anyway, so you know, I understand the appeal of something like this. I do think it was just wasted potential, and like wasted potential hurts me to my soul. But I think a lot of the most interesting games to me are potential man games. I don't want to keep saying Dragon's Dogma every 5 seconds, but that's like the ultimate one to me.
Skylanders are the
But games that don't realize their potential always interest me. They really do. Because there's way too many games that have like very flawed foundations that will either never be really great or probably shouldn't have even been made to begin with. I'm gonna try skipping the Skystone shit if I can. So it's sad to see games that really do actually have really awesome like mechanics, but they don't have the budget, or I don't know, the devs just fucked up in some other way. I just think Toys to Life as a genre was genius. It was just milked into oblivion. Okay. Armor is increased upon defeating an enemy. Attacks to increase damage after defeating an enemy. And then combos. Square, square, hold circle, square, square, hold triangle. I mean, new combos is interesting, but it's obvious that this is the best thing. You kill a guy, you do more damage. I mean, this is obviously what you want, right? I'll go back for the other ones, but more damage, good. I don't have him. I don't have him. I don't have him. Stop teasing me. I'm gonna call my mommy and ask her to buy me more toys so I can experience whatever the fuck you get that villain. Does beating this guy unlock anything, or is he just here for the game?
That's what I like to see. A Skylander coming back for another game of Skystone Smash, purely for the love of the game.
This is the 7th week you wrote up Dragon's Dogma. You better get used to it, buddy.
That's what I like to hear.
Because next month, the massive title update that fixes the game is coming out, and I'm doing another playthrough, so you better be ready. You better be fucking ready, dude. I remember actually liking that card game from Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I was surprised by that. He's got 3. Yeah, okay, whatever.
The Gulper. Bombshell.
I don't understand this health thing entirely. Like, it doesn't look like you increase your max. It almost seems like it heals you. Let me look at this real quick.
Heart boost.
Oh, I gain health. Oh, and it goes above the max. Yeah, well, okay, I wasn't paying attention. Okay, that's not bad.
𝐒𝐿𝐂𝐃𝐈𝐀.
4 attack, wow. Okay.
Walrus. Shield Shredder. Mastermind. Brawl and Chain. Chef Pepperjack.
I win. Dude, I'm so good at video games. I can't believe I'm this good, dude. How am I even this good? Do they make human beings as good as I am at shitty baby games? My fate as a human needs to be studied. Being an e-clown is a fate worse than death. I might as well just get this.
Glory be.
These animations are non-existent. You don't understand. All of the budget went toward the toys. Like anything afterward was an afterthought, obviously. Actually, I wanted to test something. I remember people saying that giants can break the bombs doors.
Bring it the sting.
Yeah, they can. Okay, there you go. You want to use for bomb? Okay, can you not have the rubble be in my fucking way, though? Dude, this guy's 12,000 gold. I'm not resetting him. I don't give a shit. It's not like I'm going to use him. Hold on, I should have switched to give that gold to someone good, though. Wow, that took a while for it to detect I took the dude off.
I've got the edge.
I love how every single character is forgettable. There is a zoomer here that's going to come to your house and attempt to beat you for saying that. They'll write you a strongly worded letter. You won't be able to read it because it'll be in Zoombonics, but you might be able to decipher half of it.
Whoa.
Oh, this is where you get the bomb. Well, whatever. I didn't need the bomb anyway. Oh, wait a minute. Can I blow up that? 2, 1. Throw it. Hey, I didn't blow up. See, those are my true gamer powers.
Looks like our path is blocked, but luckily we've got another crane.
Stop pretending anyone cares about this. This made a $1,000,000. This made Activision so much money for about 4 years, and then the trend died. Put some respect on its name. Oh, what happens if I pick up the logs? Can I doubt you can fail this, so I bet these just respawn or something. Oh no, they just break. I guess they're used to hurt these guys then? I'm assuming, right? That'd be fun. Yeah, okay. I don't know, that's not really much. Shut the hell up, bitch. Stop telling me what to do. God. This is why Zoomers like Dami Mommy shit, because the games they grew up with are like, I'm gonna tell you what to do in a shrill voice, you weak, pathetic, fucking disgusting subhuman. And they're like, yes, mommy, yes. Yes, tell me more, please. I'm so hard right now. Disgusting. Playing this drunk was a good idea because whenever nothing interesting is happening on the screen, I could just say random bullshit and make up for it. You know what I'm saying? I rule. He knows he's cool. You heard him. This is his problem. He's overconfident because he knows how cool he is. I mean, is he wrong though? He's probably one of the coolest guys. The default color is cooler, but you know, he's more expensive. Okay. I already wasted enough money on this shit.
Let's hug it out. Brawl and chain.
Hey, I can catch that guy. I got water traps.
Power grows.
Get over here, cowards.
Go, my minion.
I know you're supposed to be able to hit those. I guess the sword wasn't flying high enough. There we go. Nice.
The spirit awakens. You won't catch me, but I might catch you.
Villains are like a fucking cheat code in this game, dude. Pay to win. Literal pay to win. Look at that. And effectively, I took 0 damage because the timer.
Put a water trap in the portal to trap this villain.
Need an extra hand, Scott? Oh, my true love will always be the same.
It's insane how Jewish this game is. I do remember a chat member saying the last time we played this that his mom wouldn't let him have this game, and I'm just like, yeah, your mom's smart, dude, because this is just a money sink. I mean, again, if I had grown up with this and, like, you know, I had some toys, my friends had other toys, I could see the appeal of bringing my toys over to his house and, like, we train our guys or whatever. That could be fun, but I think outside of that gimmick, this, I don't know, this doesn't really have that much going for it, you know?
My blade is supreme. Run away.
Villains are...
Villains are stronger this zone, say no more. Okay. Why was that a cutscene?
Level up. That's what I call a chain reaction.
I see that Gianni Matrograno, Cowboy Bebop vid reference so often, like it's the Zoomer's prayer. They want to get dommed. They don't realize that in the original, Spike is better than her in a fight. I only watched like a couple episodes of Cowboy Bebop, so I'll be honest, I'm not sure I would get the reference either. But yeah, the Dami Mommy shit is kind of depressing. There was some 4chan post that basically explained it, where it's like normal male and female dynamics are demonized, so the only acceptable way to sexualize a woman is if the woman is stronger than the man or in a position of authority. That's why Dami Mommy shit is so common, because it's female approved sexuality. And yeah, I think it was pretty well put, yeah. Oh my god.
Idiot pirates must have been using it as fish food. But if I understand fishing, and I don't, I'm thinking that we might be able to catch this rainfish using that crane over there. Come on, before it's too late!
Earth Elemental.
A trap master of
Don't worry, I spent money, Chuds. Which one is that? Oh yeah, her, the girl boss.
Taking charge.
the Earth element is required to open this gate.
Charging ahead.
Skylanders of the Earth element are stronger in this zone.
Oh, is this one an actual puzzle? I'm sorry, my brain is too tiny. I won't be able to figure this one out. Hold on. I can just push this one to the pit, right? Okay, push this into this pit. Push this one into this pit. Push that. Push that. Okay, that one I need to push to the left, right? So I can push it to the left again. I'm assuming it's what they want me to do here. Let's see. Push. 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 Wow, dude. Wowie fucking zowie, my homie crimer individual who breaks the law and is probably of darker complexion. I can't believe you would do that. Who would even make a joke like that? What are you, fucking racist? Why would you even say that? That's messed up, dude. I'm reporting you. Reported. Sure, put that head on.
This looks good with my horns.
I know it would be a colossal waste of money, and it's maybe like a someday thing, but I would like to play one of the older games just so I could use maybe some of these older guys, you know? Like, the giants are cool, and some of the normal core figures are cool, but I feel like they're just useless in this game. You know what I mean? Like, this is the game where you play as trap masters and you play as villains. If you play as anything else, you know, you're gonna probably suck. Right? That's how they get you to spend money.
Villains are stronger in this zone.
Your mom is stronger in this zone. Your mom is fatter in this zone. Your mom spreads her legs in this zone. Cheddar house. Cheddar! You know, India has an actual cockroach party now. They don't think Modi the goatee anymore. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, sorry, I couldn't pay to win. I didn't have the money. Bro, I didn't have the money. I can't do that quest. I don't have a fire trip. I'm too poor, chat. You know what? That's what this game is. This is for kids to flex on the poor kids. That's all this is. The rich kids flex on the poor kids. Little Timmy cries to his mom. Mom tells him no. Stop wasting your money on stupid toys. You've already got 5 toys. Legendary treasure. Bubble fish. I don't know how I found that, by the way. That was so hidden. I guess just my 30-year-old man powers. I could just find these things easily. It's just a natural talent. What can I say?
do is bait this fish with a little bit of bait. Makes sense in a crazy kind of way.
Wow.
Hot buttered toast! Now just drop that bait in your face.
Yeah, get that fish. You scum.
Now grab that fish. Hot buttered toast with cinnamon
Noise.
on it. You got him.
I got him. Again, my skill can't be measured. I'm flexing on babies everywhere, you know what I mean? We go in, of course, 4 level. It is a children's game. That's a requirement. That's completely normal.
Sure is good to have my information squid back. Sorry you had to go inside the rainfish's mouth to get it, though, Skylander.
So this thing can really tell us all about Traptanium?
It can tell us just about anything, Callie. Except, of course, a good recipe for guilt-free brownies. That would be impossible.
Sid looks happier playing this than Halo. Well, because I've played Halo 1 3 or 4 times. So, you know, I missed one area. How am I this much of a shitter? Never mind, I'm the worst. I said I was the best when I was the worst. Who knows? That soul gem could have been for a character I have. And, like, why didn't you guys backseat game me to tell me exactly where the hidden area is?
Okay, now that we have the information squid, we can ask it why the Doom Raiders are acquiring all this Traptanium. Wait a minute. That doesn't sound like my information squid.
What?
Hello, fools! I mean, friends. It is I, Chaos. But fear not. I'm not here to destroy you, as I have tried to do many times in the past. No, no. This time, I am here to help you. That's right. Help you. Look, I don't like this any more than you do. But those stupid Doom Raiders are a problem for both of us. Trust me.
Not so fast, short stuff. Trust is something you gotta earn.
Of course. I wouldn't have it any other way. In fact, I'll start by helping you find out exactly what that ridiculous floating freakhead, the Dreamcatcher, is up to. What do you say, team?
I guess they said yes. It's truly a mystery to the audience what happened there. Oh, look, there he is. There's our manlet Kang right there. How's it going, homie?
Yes, I know this must be very strange.
He's not even looking at us.
Skylander.
Alright. What is he even doing? He's like walking in place.
Ready for another magical upgrade?
I still can't afford this. I want more money, chat. Critical hits cause swords to rain down your enemies. Are my parents anti-woke mega chud edgelords like me? My mom is as brainwashed by Jewish media as most women, and my dad is semi-base, semi-just boomer. You know, he's like 50-50. What time is it? Yeah, we'll probably end it here. We'll continue this after my Halo review is done. But yes, I am very intent on finishing this game. I don't care how many people get tortured, how many people leave, how many people cry, how many people die even. There might be dead people. You never know. People might die over the course of this playthrough. Not my problem. I didn't die. I'm fine. You guys who died, I don't know. You probably deserved it. But I'm going to continue playing this on the way to... Yeah, rest mode. It's fine. Lord Farquhar is dead and Skylanders killed him. No, it has something to do with that. I mean, I probably did annoy Devin bringing up him reviewing Splatoon Ragers, but I think he already had his mind made up, you know, that he was pretty much done. So, I don't think I don't think realistically it had anything to do with me. Call yourself a baby gamer, but I've never seen you stream Putt Putt Saves the Zoo. Well, I'm not that kind of baby gamer. I mean, it might be interesting for a stream to play a game, like a old ass PC game I grew up with. There was some dinosaur game. It might be hard to find, but I could try and find the dinosaur baby game I grew up with on PC. Maybe that was like a learning type game. How often do you play your Switch 2? Not often. Have I played Mario Odyssey? Yes. I hate Mario Odyssey. Anytime anyone says anything good about Mario Odyssey, I get instantly triggered. I think it's the worst 3D Mario, and it's not close. Every time people talk shit about Super Mario Sunshine, I guarantee they say something good about Odyssey, and I want them dead. Because they just don't... They don't understand what makes a video game good, inherently. And I hate them. My hate is infinite. Alright, hold on. Let me see the super chats before I forget. Damn. Yeah, no, I'm a peak Odyssey hater. Like Odyssey, I hate like everything, every choice that was made with Super Mario Odyssey, I hate. Genuinely. I like the gimmick of using the hat to take over enemies. I think that's fine, but almost everything else about it is bad. I don't care how advanced the movement is and how much speedrunners like that shit. None of that matters if none of it is required or even really incentivized in the game, which it isn't. Inslayer Clone, thanks to the £2. Watch The Money Ran Out, game development and free fall. I'll bring that up next time. I promise I'll watch it. Racky Roo, thanks to the $5. I was unaware that self-promoting was not allowed. Sorry, can you watch Doug Walker, the most disturbing aristocrats joke ever instead? I feel like that super chat must have come after I was done watching them. Didn't I read all the super chats and then immediately switch to Skylanders? I thought I did. I'm not gonna... Sorry. Just bring it up in the chat next time. I'll watch it. A Canadian gamer. I guess you could be Indian. There's a lot of Indians in Canada. Thanks to the 7 Canadian. Put on Cinemasker. Chat, someone go back. Didn't I scroll through all the super chats before we switched to Skylanders? I swear these super chats came after we already switched. It's like you guys are asking to get scammed. But bring it up next time. I think I've seen the Ghostbusters game review, to be fair. Kusari Gama, thanks for the 3 months membership. Watch Ninja Gaiden 2. I'm getting gaslit hardcore. I'm getting gaslit. I swear to you, man. I scrolled to the bottom of the super chats and then I switched to Skylanders and people still sent video suggestions for some reason. Ninja Gaiden 2 Staircase to Doom 999 combo. I feel like I wouldn't really get anything out of that video though, would I? Make Armadillo, thanks to the $2. Oni plays short, Corey's black cousins. Maybe there was a glitch on my end and some super chats didn't show up, but usually what I do is I scroll, and then when there's no more, we switch to the other game. Black Metal Gamer, thanks, $2. City, wait a minute. I know what happened. It skipped a bunch. Wait a minute. I read this already earlier. I know what happened. It's not chat's fault. It's not chat's fault. YouTube did the thing where it skips. Like you scroll. What happens with the YouTube viewer activity page is that sometimes when you scroll, it'll jump to the bottom of the super chats. And of course, I don't know, maybe I just blink like a slow person. I take slow blinks. Sometimes I'll blink and it'll skip, and the skip happens so fast, it's literally while I'm blinking. So I did miss like 5 or 6 supers, because I already read that Black Metal Gamer one. I read the Genesect one. Anyway, Mega Rock and Rolla, thanks to the 22 months membership. Skyrose Spylanders Tap Tream. I'm glad I could read that, because my brain wanted to read that incorrectly. Lord Particle, thanks to the $2. If she breathes, she's a thought. Yeah, you can't really say that anymore. Sweeping Hamster, thanks to the $2. Spyro don't season day food. Yeah. I can't believe how pathetic his moveset is, dude. I guarantee even by the first game standards that, you know, most of the characters are more interesting than him. Like, I remember the first time I played Trap Team, I played Trigger Happy for a while. And I remember him being decently fun. You just spam the guns, and he has like a little minigun. I turned the camera off, but here, let me turn it back on. Oh, wait, no, the camera's still on. Yeah, here you go. Look, see, he has a little Gatling gun, is what he is. Yeah, Spyro sucks. Connecticut isn't real, thanks for $5. So you're going to play Lego Dimensions for the next Toy to Life stream. I feel like that would probably cost too much money. But I could look into it. The stream is just ending, Red Axel. I've been trying to end streams at the very latest at like 12:30. So I kind of like getting up in the morning. To be honest though, I still get up really slow. So even if I'll wake up around 10 a.m., which is usually when I wake up, sometimes I feel like I'm not even truly awake until noon. It's because of my caffeine dependency. L-I, whatever. Thanks to the 5 Australian. How much money would it cost for a review of your time with Skylanders, but have it made with your special synth persona narrating it? I'm not entirely sure what you mean by that, but I stopped doing review suggestions probably about 5 years ago now, because it's not worth it. It's definitely not worth it. Like, best case scenario, I get about half as many views. Best case scenario, I get about half as many views as normal. So, you know, 50,000. And that's not worth the time and effort to review this baby game. You know what I mean? I think one of the best cases against console remakes is we will never get the originals on modern hardware. Like, we'll never get the original Demon's Souls, which is an amazing game. I guess you'll just have to emulate. I don't know how good the PS3 emulation is for Demon's Souls, but if you don't have a PS3, that's what you got to do. Yeah, hold on, Xenoman. Did I look at yours? Yeah, I looked at all the Germas I was sent. So, I got about like 6 Germas. So, I'll have to see. I'll have to compare them in thumbnails. I might even make my own Germa too and compare them against these. But I do like the idea. I like the idea of Germa being the thumbnail, because from certain angles, Cortana definitely looks like Germa, dude. Like, what the fuck? Mega Rock and Roll, thanks for $5. It's crazy how absolutely shit this game is. I can't believe you'd say that. The standards for children's entertainment after the 7th console generation is bleak. Yeah, it's because they stopped making games for all ages. Skylanders is purely made for young children, and, adults can't really enjoy it. Just only, you know, the people who grew up with it, if they're nostalgic for it, could enjoy it through pure nostalgia. But I feel like just as a beat 'em up game, the characters only have 3 attacks. Okay? Yes, they get upgrades. Yes, they level up. But just think about that. They only get 3 attacks. 3 attacks. 3 for a $10 figure. Or, well, the Trap Masters are 15. Yeah, the Trap Masters, the Giants, the Swap Force, those are $15 figures. $15, you get 3 attacks. Are you out of your fucking mind? That's what I was saying. This shit is such a cash grab. Black Metal Gamer thanks $2. 1 to 10, how insufferable is Halo's new Void boss? She's like 7. So, you know, very annoying. She only had a few scenes, but I think 7 is definitely a fair score. I hated her in every scene she showed up, so 7's good. Emilio Obregon, thanks to the $5. I thought the arrested Troon sounded like Corey Spaz Kid from Oni Plays. I'm a zoomer that loves old media. I hate current media because of the politics. I'm not sure what arrested Troon you're talking about. 3 years. I like Halo campaign evolved. I mean, it is still Halo, but it's like Halo if it didn't have the soul. You know what I mean? Yes, the game is competent. Me and Carl did have a decent amount of fun, but it is still just Halo 1, except, oh, you can use guns from later games in the series that it was not designed for. Like, the sandbox balance is way more boring. I won't say, like, if I was to say from an objective standpoint, yeah, you could say it's more balanced than Halo 1 was, but a more balanced single-player game is not necessarily a good thing. Oftentimes, games being unbalanced can be good. Everyone remembers how overpowered the Halo Magnum is, and they nerfed it in the remake. They did. It's not bad, but it's not like the best gun in the game. Really, the shotgun was the best gun in the game. The shotgun actually still was about as good as it was in the original. So they didn't really touch the shotgun, but they definitely nerfed the Magnum. There's no question about that. I remember when you would make a game review for about $5 on Patreon. Yeah, that was back when I didn't think YouTube would really be like a super profitable endeavor. You know what I mean? Like, I just made videos for fun. I stopped making videos for fun about 3 years ago now. I just don't find making videos that fun, you know? I don't hate making videos, but I probably only make 5 videos that I really am either proud of or enjoy a year. So that's not great. Do I call my dad a manlet since I'm taller? I mean, I'm only an inch taller than my dad, so I mean, not really. No, I mean, I have pointed out that I'm taller, but I wouldn't. I don't call him a manlet. It's Hey, Devin to be the editor. I mean, at this point, I would, but he won't do it. He literally would not do it for me. $6 versus 5'11". I wish. It's 5'9" versus 5'8". Is Devin taller than me? No, he's a tiny bit shorter than me. It's barely noticeable, but yeah. I mean, it legitimately is like Devin's 5'9", I'm 5'9.5" is basically what it is. It's barely noticeable. Yeah, I tried the demo for Dench Attack. I don't really like the aesthetic. The gameplay seemed decent, but it's just not my type of game. Like, I'll acknowledge that I'm sure it's fun for people who like that sort of thing. But for me, I'm not really interested. Yeah, I'll be honest. I'm not entirely sure why you'd think it's the type of game I enjoy. I don't play ultra linear press button when the game tells me to press the button type games. Those are not the type of games I like. Like, I get, yeah, maybe on some level you could say it's a platformer, but is it really? Not really. What's my favorite Toys Life series? Skylanders, Disney Infinity, Lego Dimensions, Amiibos, what does that say? Telepods? I don't even know what that is. The only ones I have any experience with are Amiibos, Skylanders, Disney Infinity. My memories of Disney Infinity are very foggy. I played Disney Infinity 2.0. That's the Marvel one. I just remember it being very slop. Very slop. I think if I had to give it something over Skylanders, I think the figures were more interesting to play as. Like, Venom could swing around like Spider-Man. He had super strength. He had a couple attacks. Like, if you compare, like, how a character plays in Disney Infinity compared to, like, what a Skylanders figure does, I think Disney Infinity handled that part better. It's just everything else is worse because Disney Infinity barely feels like a game from what I remember. The last time I talked about this, I compared it to if it was like Little Big Planet but 3D, but also had almost no interesting features, so you couldn't really build anything that interesting. So outside of playing like the level packs, it really would only appeal to a child, which I guess is similar to Skylanders. But Skylanders at least feels like a game. Like, there's a game there. It's just the individual figures don't do enough. Is my problem with Skylanders. As for Amiibos barely do anything. That's always been my problem. Ironically, that's why Amiibos survived, is because they don't do anything. They're just collectible statuettes. But it also makes it feel just completely pointless. Like, you could literally just buy a Nintendo brand figure. But no, they do things, very minor things in the games. Of course, I'm not excited for a Fallout remaster. I hate remasters. I am also very not excited for Obsidian making a Fallout game, because Obsidian, has no talent left. I don't care that Josh Sawyer is going to be the game director because he's, very woke these days. He has Trump derangement syndrome. I heard actual game-wise and not toys with a shitty game attached, Lego Dimensions is the best one, but it came too late and failed. I can believe that. I think Lego Dimensions was also more expensive than the other ones too, at least from what I remember. Why are Americans so obsessed with height? I promise you it's not Americans. It's women who are obsessed with height. It's just that the only difference is it's more pervasive in American culture, because in American culture, we are like, dating apps are extremely common and pervasive. So men have to be more competitive. So of course, They're more aware of what women are attracted to. Women all over the fucking globe are attracted to height. This has nothing to do with being American. It's just Americans are acutely aware of women seeking out the best genetic mate, you know. Oh my god, Thomas is here. Thomas, I'm drinking your wine, dude. I can't believe you gave this to me. Thomas, did you see my baby toys? Look. Look at this, oh, that's the wrong one. Thomas, look. Look at those, look at those. Thomas, you could, if you were here, Thomas, we could be playing these gay baby toys together, dude. And you can make fun of me. Devin was suffering when he was playing this shit. I feel like if you and me were drinking, we could, like, chill the fuck out and at least have an okay time. Devin was not having a good time. He was hating it. Don't tempt me to come over. Yeah. I mean, maybe you could cheer Devin up. I'm gonna end the stream soon, Thomas, so I don't feel like you I don't know if you're staying up or anything, but feel free to head to bed. I'm probably gonna end the stream in the next 10 minutes tops. Low-key, I could come over after next weekend. Alright, yeah, sounds good. You should head over then. XX, no one XX, thanks to the 25 months of membership. Poir doing a salute. A Roman salute, I assume. I'm guessing your review of Halo Campaign Evolve will release on 27th and you'll take a break from live streaming until then. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put a date on it. That's actually generously soon. We'll see how much I get accomplished tomorrow. But actually, I say tomorrow when, because I'm sure my dad will hang out on Sunday, so probably won't be until like the 28th or 29th. But yes, if you're asking me that to work on videos, yes, Poir, you should get to work. Okay, I think I'm gonna head out because the wine is starting to knock me out right now. I really have nothing else to say. So I'm gonna work on the Halo review for probably the next 3 days. You know, I'd say, yeah, it shouldn't take more than 3 days to make it. And I'll see you guys.